seem to have forgotten how to access those guys. I keep. Ugh.
Now, for the record, him being flaky and him starting a dog rescue thing are separate matters.
Depends on who you're talking to, yeah.
Charles Pyle. Wait, no.
I foresee that I'm about to get deleted from Dropbox.
I'm having a devil of a time trying to get people out of this thing. So, all right, hold on. I'll get it sorted out. I'll sort it out later.
You can check in anytime you want, but you can never leave.
Yeah, exactly. It's my Dropbox is the Hotel California. So, but Tom, I'll get you on the Dropbox later tonight. That way you'll have access. It's all the rule books and stuff like that, and various materials and
apparently
things.
You can't leave, but you can delete the whole damn.
But you can't delete the whole thing, yeah. So I just went into my deleted items, and of course there it is. So I'm like, okay, all right, I get it, and just got it restored. Plus I have backups and everything, so it's okay. Gordon tipped me off to the fact that it had even taken place, so thank you, Gordon. I appreciate that.
Sure.
How's it going, man?
Good. I'm good.
Did you do anything fun this weekend?
Yeah, we went camping in Carlisle.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
I don't know, camping's become like more of a job than my job now. It's like,
Oh, man. So did you go to Hazlitt or Dam West? Or
no, we went to the what's it called? Brook, I think, or it's the east side, the far away one. Gentlemen like to watch the sunset.
Coles Creek, I think.
Coles Creek, it's the one next to Coles Creek, and I think it's Brook or
Boulder.
Boulder, that's it. Yeah.
Boulder access area.
Yep.
I know the lake well.
It's one of the few lakes in Illinois that is comprised almost entirely of pee.
Yeah, some dirty water.
It's a 12-foot lake. There's a thermocline in it. And it's just like, come on.
It is the most dangerous lake in Illinois.
Is it?
Yeah, because of the way they did it. So the Army Corps of Engineers.
Hey, Matt. Go ahead. Go with your story. I want to hear about the Corps of Engineers.
The Army Corps of Engineers was going to make two lakes, Wren Lake and Carlisle.
Okay.
And they mapped them all out and did all the studies they needed to and got all that done.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did Wren Lake first, and it went beautiful. They cleared out everything that was going to be flooded, and flooded it, and it backed up just like they said it would and everything. And when they went to Carlisle, they didn't have the money. Congress said, well, the money you're going to use, you don't need that. Do something else, Sure.
Just like Social Security.
But they had already gotten the land and everything. So what they did was they flooded it and then went back with like underwater chainsaws and cut all the trees off like 10 feet below water surface.
Okay.
There's actual buildings still under the water.
In Carlisle?
In Carlisle.
So they did a similar thing down by Carbondale.
Lots of dead vegetation, yeah.
Yeah, Lake Egypt is, I think, down by Carbondale. They did the same thing where there's like there's like buildings and stuff under there where they flooded it all out.
Horsetooth Reservoir is like that in Colorado.
Is it?
It's a 7-mile reservoir, and there's a whole town and a church down there.
Yeah. Do they allow people to go like scuba diving under there, or they're like no?
No, it's almost zero visibility. Last time there were people down there, one of the Channel 9 helicopters went down in it, and they rescued the crew, who unfortunately didn't make it, but they had to get the wreckage out of there. That was the last time divers went down, and didn't work out well for them either. So
they just leave, so they just leave it alone.
Divers, you definitely do it.
Of death.
Yeah, you can definitely do it. It's zero visibility.
Right, it's like Carlisle Lake. There's zero visibility on that one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Not much you can see in Carlisle Lake.
But if you've met divers, you know that they don't care. They'll still get in the water and do incredibly stupid things.
I saw something on like a YouTube video about cave diving, which is apparently the stupidest of all kinds of diving.
Yeah, and most popular type of diving as well.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So they had one of these two guys. They had this story about these two guys who were cave divers, and of course one of them got killed cave diving, but he got killed cave diving in a place where it was like you couldn't just like his body would never come back to the surface.
Right.
So the other guy went down there to go fetch his friend out, and he ended up dying too.
He died. Yep.
And I was
Yeah.
just like,
Like, I don't know if it's still hundreds a year, but for a long time there was a very high body count of cave divers.
that's crazy. I don't, honestly, I want to live a nice long time and die, with the sun on my face. No caves, no, that shit.
a lot of caves. They have a ton of caves in Florida because all the aquifers there. They carve holes under the rivers.
Mhm.
And I dove one, and I'm also not pro cave diving, but I am a pro diver. But I dove one. It was through a school of fish that was hidden, so the dive master told us where it was. So you had to dive through strictly like blind through a school of fish, come into the bottom of the aquifer, and you dove into like a long, maybe like a 200-yard long cave, and it was cool. But a manatee had seen us go down there. He went to go investigate. So when we're done looking at the cave, this huge manatee has got his head stuck in there, like blocking the hole. We're like, hey! It's like you shall not pass.
Dude, what did you do?
We waited for the manatee to leave. So the dive master went up and put his bubbles, like took his regulator off and bubbled up the manatee till he popped back out. Yeah, I guess they don't like bubbles in their face.
That's a phrase I never thought I'd ever hear a person say. Well, we had to wait till the manatee to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Wandering monster appeared.
Yeah, I'm never going in the water again. No
Well,
natural
is there
body
any-
of waters.
Is there any fresh water left in America that doesn't have brain-eating amoebas in it?
They just had one. Somebody got
Yes.
got a brain eat. Where was that?
Florida, somewhere.
Florida? Yeah, figures. Dan, you got to get out of there, man. We're worried about you. You got to get out of Florida.
Don't even take a shower, man. It's not worth it.
The last thing we need to do is watch you decline because of brain eating amoebas. Nobody wants that.
I'll get shot first.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right, so are we missing anybody? Where's Mike? Is Mike Phillips here?
City's on his way.
On his way. All right.
What about, I see Gordon. Is Jennifer joining us tonight?
She's here, yeah. She's,
Oh, I see her. I see you double boxing. Yeah.
I saw her a minute ago.
We need Farina's bow.
We need Farina to strike this party and get us back working together.
Yeah.
We need her bow and her common sense because we didn't have any last time.
I think now wait a second. I think you guys did pretty good, except for the totally going back on the deal that you made. Admittedly, with a demon and his ugly
And
tumor-like
admittedly,
friend.
it was a chaotic person who made the deal. So again, I got no problem with this.
That's a good point. Chaotic good against chaotic evil. I guess deals
This was-
sort of by the wayside.
Flashheart's just like throwing his hand up in the air because he tried to make two different parlays within like 5 minutes, and both of them went into
Both of them
bloodshed.
went to shit. Well, so you guys did end up killing Mutasofen, the alchemist. There was Flashheart was able to stab him a couple of times with radiance, which didn't help, and at least from my point of view, and Storm actually pinned him down and was sort of gnawing on him. I think it was Flashheart who eventually just sort of like finished the dude off.
Yeah. I remember I said, hey, pause. We kill him here. Is he going to be on the other side of the gate when we get there? We're like, we had to check our demon book there. Like, no, looks like he's dead for sure.
We had to check the demon book, as you do.
He came through the gate, so he didn't get summoned, right? So
right, yeah. So it means he walked there, yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
but as you guys well know, I mean, there's a huge sort of gate right there that you guys are supposed to shut down. It's possible he could have walked right through there, but it basically from your point of view, him having set up this entire refinery to the extent that it was set up and so for processing the niohydrine crystals, that would have taken time. It would have taken years.
Sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my goodness! Oh, that was funny.
Got
That was
me.
the best.
Thanks, Daddy.
Hey, how are you?
Bye.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Daddy. Bye, Daddy. Bye. You're her setup, guys.
Man, I thought she'd been hit by a peak.
Why wasn't that recording?
Well, it is now. We'll have it.
Okay.
It'll be on the recording. So yeah, it would have taken him. I mean, he basically when Lothar created 20 gallons of water above the urn that was holding the Nihydrian elixir, and it was dribbling it out into the things, and it sort of like splooshed the whole thing, and created sort of overflowed the things, and there's stuff all over the place. There's actually some of the elixir got onto the tumor guys, that white blood that was all over, that white goo that was all over the floor, and it got in there. It was like bubbling up like acid and all kinds of things. So and he was screaming, "You've ruined my life's work. Why would you do that?" I believe the phrase "you stupid goods" came out, something like that. Which, that's really sort of a badge of honor when a demon calls you a stupid good. That's you can take that one.
Yeah,
But
Flashheart's updating his LinkedIn with that one.
quote unquote stupid good. But yeah, so and then you greased a lot of the papers that he was invisible, and he was trying to get those papers and maybe escape, because after you guys had turned off the deal, he was trying to think, but you guys greased the paper so he couldn't get him, and eventually killed him. And now you find yourself sort of, the place is quiet now. The battles are over. You dropped out of initiative. You're sort of standing here in this very sophisticated alchemical lab. Now, the center portion where the primary distillation of the Nihydrian elixir was taking place is kind of fucked. I mean, there was 20 gallons of water got poured right into the urn.
Mike isn't here yet.
And, well, if you snooze, you lose, buddy.
I'm about to okay, so you hear Gado's voice yelling, "Ilindar, Storm, get your dragon in here. Everybody."
Are you going to start a fight again?
No, I'm not trying to start a fight.
Well, there's nobody to fight except for each other. Also, you said dragon, so.
Yeah.
So just to make sure we're clear, anything that has to do with Nihydrian, we want destroyed. So I assume we want this destroyed before Wizard Guy gets here and says, maybe I should take those papers with me.
Well,
so
you guys are doing the summit. I mean, you guys have to sort of like, you have that Wizard Guy, so you have to like call him on the magical retrieval stone.
I'm just saying from a paladin's point of view, that it sounds like too much temptation to leave a how to create ultimate evil elixir hanging around for anybody.
Well, possibly.
So
I mean, there's a lot of
yelling everyone to get in there. It's coming from this room here.
Yeah, so the grinder room. So you hear Gado's voice. So Gado, you're still invisible, right?
Wait, Gado's in grinder?
So you hear Gado's voice coming from. So the grinder's off. Remember, the Ash Giants turned the grinder off, so they could hear you guys fighting out.
Ilindar, everybody, get in here.
So you hear him say that.
Do I see a pathway to get there?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just like
however you want to get there.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. It's just right through here, and
I rolled a disbelief
right
voices,
in there.
it sounds like an illusion.
Matt, someone's.
There's someone right on me.
Come on, would I have a demon that could do voices and do God? If I was going to do voices, would I do Gado's voice? I want to pick somebody. I want to pick somebody in the party that was trustworthy.
I can't remember if I'm hasted still, but if I am, then I made double time. If not, I ran over there.
Everyone's hasted for 5 more rounds.
All right, well then, I'm probably made it even farther down the hallway then, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, it's in this room,
Sure.
Matt. You're where you want to be, right here.
Oh, right here? Okay. This is the grinder room? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe did I go too far? Should I have been back over here? Okay. Well, where would I have stopped, I guess?
I don't know. Where would you have stopped?
Well, as soon as I saw Bardos and stuff, and let's see, there's Lothar, Ilindar.
Gado's still invisible, I take it?
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
Gado's still invisible.
But
for
you'll
a
hear
couple
my
more
voice say, "We've got to destroy this this machinery here."
Well, yeah, we knew that, but I thought we had to summon the wizard.
Yes,
Wait, are you talking about
No,
this
we can
machinery
destroy
here?
this machinery first, though.
Okay, but what about this right here? Was this what we have to destroy?
Well, so that's a different room, right? So that was a thing, and so
Looks like a transport.
Gado looked in there. I don't know that anybody else looked in there, though.
Yeah, I did not.
Okay, so Gado looked in there, and you basically see there's on the northerly wall what looks to be some sort of strange kind of machine. 2 big 3-foot diameter discs of glass float amongst a bunch of like glowing metal rods which come out from the walls, right? While between those discs is a small table, and the table itself is covered with a bunch of glowing runes which are continuing to glow. Now, gotta remind me, you didn't do anything in there, did you? I can't remember if you did anything to this.
No, not yet.
Okay. So this is just sort of sitting there.
Bardos is going to do a knowledge arcana would be a good check on that.
Sure, knowledge arcana, spellcraft, one of the two probably would be interesting.
Just Bardos or
never mind.
Natty 1. Well, Bardos, you are kind of frankly, you're befuddled. You believe that those glass discs are some sort of floating disc charge
that are
of
made
thing.
of glass.
But well, you think that there's floating discs underneath it, and there's glass like on top of it. So like a magical floating disc, which is invisible, seems to be undergirding these large, what you think might be some sort of glass, glass dish almost. It looks like a dish. Farina, I will get you. You were not there last time. Let me get you.
Bardos is a free action. Ask somebody else to make the same roll.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody else here. Well, yeah, go into yet.
What do we have to roll? Arcana or
Spellcraft or Arcana? Yeah. This is alchemist stuff in here, right, Les? Pretty much all of this is.
Yeah. I mean, really, it
roll.
is. This is. I mean, you guys know that this is essentially a refinery, and so a lot of it is alchemical, but a lot of it is there's going to be a variety of magical efforts here.
Do I have anything? Is there any buffs left on that gives me a bonus to this roll? It's pretty paltry.
Just
we had
haste,
prayer. We had prayer on, right? Is that over yet?
That is a Chuck question. And where's Chuck? Oh, he's over by the door. Okay.
Yeah,
Prayer's still on.
Yeah, prayer's still on.
So that's a +1 then, right?
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, yeah. Bardos, I'm pretty sure that's some glass beads floating.
Hey, look at that! There's a couple of floating dishes in the middle of this room. That's weird.
I'm gonna Cliff Clavin it for him here. What you got over here?
Don't get
your basic
him
standard
started
glass
on
floating
parasites. Don't get him started on parasites. Okay. So you got
Is
this
Storm
one.
really that injured?
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks pretty injured.
Yeah, that's why the priest is next to him. But I need to wait until Mike gets here because it won't matter
Got
Mike
it.
is connecting as we speak.
until he's here to actually put the.
All right,
healing
everybody,
on.
stop talking about the secret plans that Mike. You're leaving Mike out of. That was a classic.
That joke
moment.
never gets old.
That's actually a true
That's
thing.
not funny, guys.
No, I believed you the whole time. I didn't doubt you for a second.
That was awesome.
Welcome, Mike.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. Is Storm that injured?
Heck no.
Yeah,
Storm's never injured.
Oh, yeah, right.
Storm got sent back and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, she's had a bad run the last little bit.
it was
So-
the I believe it was the tumor demon that got her pretty hard.
Yeah.
She wasn't soaking in Nihydrian.
No,
bath,
it was-
she?
No, it was the elf chick that turned out to be a demon, slit her
Oh,
throat,
right.
and then it was the construct guy.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's right.
Give Storm 42 hit points back.
Damn, son.
Dan, can you not adjust the size of your dude?
I don't see where to do that.
Just if you click on it, you get the four things.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever done that either.
I don't think players can do it.
I don't
Yeah.
think I
Okay.
can do that.
Oh, that's weird.
Not under settings.
All right.
If I could do that, I would make myself huge all the
No,
time.
the DM has to do it.
That's what she said. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys are in the in this room, there obviously there's that that room with the dishes to the north. There's some sort of magical energy coming out of the table and stuff like that. And then, but then you have this big machine. Now, at least one of those flying demons was killed and fell in it. There's another one over by what looks to be probably the input bucket. There's some controls on the southern end. But I know that one of the things that Queen Golfray wanted you to do, and one of the things that, hey, Eric, welcome, buddy.
Hey, Eric.
Greetings.
It's a party now.
I'm a harmless observer.
Harmless observer. That's what they all say.
Have spoon
never
will travel. Yeah.
There's
Have
always
spoon will travel.
So you guys know, and as Gatto had pointed out, that you guys, one of the first jobs that the Queen wants you to do is destroy or render inoperable this refinery. And then the second step would be to shut down the portal so that the demons cannot continue to import raw Nihydrian ore into the prime material plane through this place. How you go about doing that is, you've got a couple of things. You've got this big machine, ostensibly for grinding the ore. That's going to be difficult to destroy unless you guys have some sort of idea how to do that. Then you have
big guys, maybe.
Big guys, yeah, that might do it. And then you have the laboratory and the refining area, which is this area over here. Remember, these tables are covered with various kinds of alchemical accoutrements and things like that that the flying demons were working on before they came to attack you guys.
Bardos is going to spend this time where we're screwing around, just trying to scavenge anything he can for his lab that we're going to build.
Okay, so where are you going to look?
In all these laboratory rooms.
Okay, as you go through each one, or are you going to stop now and sort of go through and check it out?
I assume we're going to be talking, or we have been talking a while. So just while everybody else is doing this other stuff, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Gotcha.
I already called dibs on the big machine.
What are you
put in my bedroom back in.
Throw yourself in?
Yeah. This is the one that Indiana Jones fights in the Temple of Doom, right?
There you go. All right, so so I think, Don, is your invisibility about done?
Yeah, I'm sending you a message right now. Hold on.
Okay, I'm trying to find where I tucked your icon. Hold on a second. Oh, there you are. There you are.
Hold on.
Yep. Okay. Got it. And we'll talk about that as well later. Are any of the rest? So what is your plan for destroying this thing? Obviously, a lot of alchemical stuff, and surely there will be stuff that Bardos you'll be able to grab. Do you have any way? But keep in mind that you're going to the abyss.
Well, we got that portable hole, us remember, for making the lab.
Oh, right, that's right. So you're gonna basically get as much alchemical gear as you can that can reasonably fit in there and.
So we don't really have the ability to do alchemical necessarily, but raw materials and.
Well, Bardos,
gotcha.
can you look around to see if there's some way to have equipment here that will help make a nice bang on this equipment? Make something that will blow this up.
Well, I thought, isn't the guy coming I thought they were gonna handle like the.
I think he was smashing the gate. Maybe he was handling this too, but I thought he was smashing the gate.
I would assume.
Am I wrong?
Haste is over, guys.
Everything. I don't know. My spells are pretty much nothing. I don't know.
Don?
Anything.
Haste is ended now for everybody.
As has greater invisibility.
Yeah, I'm not really a destructive type of guy, so I don't have anything to.
I was just wondering if you could look around the lab to see if there's enough chemicals to create some sort of satisfying explosion.
Well, I'm not an alchemist either, so I don't really have
right, I forgot that.
Capabilities.
Look around so you can form some sort of rudimentary lays.
But Bardos, I think you're exactly right. What you would be able to recognize are things of not necessarily an alchemical nature, but perhaps a research nature that you would be able to take that would be valuable, plus raw materials that might be valuable for both alchemical processes and magical processes. So you have the time you need. You can search through there, and I'll get you essentially a list of not a list, but it'll be more like a gold piece value of what you're able to find and collect.
Farina will hang out with them and do the same thing. Just with her alchemy, she can do checks on anything that we find interesting.
Okay.
She actually has alchemy abilities, so she might be able to benefit from some of this too.
That's true. Yeah. So you would be able to, and I will do that for you as well. Give you a gold piece amount at some point of how much stuff you're able to.
I'll look for things that go bang too. See if I see anything. Do you want me to do a check for that, or?
So you mean like alchemical fire or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. To satiate Flashheart's desire to make things go boom.
Give me a no, you don't, Gato.
Oh no, you don't.
Give me.
We tell them that a lot too.
Give me. Actually, Farina, give me an alchemical check. All right. So if you're looking for things like alchemical fire or some sort of explosives or anything like that, you're kind of surprised. But this laboratory, this combination laboratory, really doesn't have that kind of stuff. From your point of view, and a 25 is a pretty high roll. From your point of view, this laboratory was constructed for a single purpose, and that is the processing and refinement of Nihydrian ore into Nihydrian elixir. All other sort of alchemical endeavors are definitely a backseat. You don't see a lot of like what you would consider to be normal reagents and things like that in a more universalist kind of alchemical laboratory. This is very specific. You do find a couple of things on the dude, though. Did we talk about what's on the guy?
I think so.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't searched anybody, I don't think.
Yeah, you guys haven't searched him.
We're going to search everybody like twice.
Hey, can you guys hear my granddaughter's? She's watching How to Tame Your Dragon.
No.
Ironically,
Nope.
you can hear that.
No.
Excellent choice of a movie, though.
I know it.
The first one or their second one?
That's the
I like
first.
the first one.
I do too.
Is that a
There's like
Disney
5
movie?
of them now, aren't there?
No.
It's the movie that Storm is based on. It actually is a dragon.
Yeah, toothless.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I hadn't actually seen it. I was really enjoying it.
So you've been playing with Storm using Toothless as her thing this whole time.
And only now realize that Storm is a dragon.
And Storm gets back 42, by the way, when you eventually get around to it.
42?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so I believe you guys have. So there's not. So just to give you an idea, there's nothing really left of the tumor guy. Although his whip that he was using to like lash at people is laying in that puddle of like sort of white pus goo that surrounds his body. I mean, if you want to fish it out, it does radiate magic. That sort of weird whip. If anybody's interested in that, probably be really cool.
We'll fish it out.
Okay, you're gonna go ahead and fish it out.
Yeah.
Okay, it is a +1 scorpion whip. So let me just tell you what that does. It's got a little goo on it. So,
I conjured a water elemental to grab it for us, so I think
okay.
we're good.
It does. So it's just a scorpion whip is a kind of whip that has little nodules and stuff in it, little spikes all along the whip, as opposed to maybe 1 or 2 at the end. It does lethal damage even to creatures with armor. If you can use most people use. It has a series of essentially razor sharp blades and stuck along its tip. So it is. It will do a fair amount of damage. However, you would need exotic weapon proficiency to use it in any way. As you guys look around, you do find a couple of things in the among the equipment is probably supplies enough to supply 4 normal size alchemical labs. So Bardos, consider that you probably have all of the stuff that you would need to put in the portable hole, at least from an alchemical sense, to put in there. You can certainly, there's some broken things due to fighting and things like that, but there's more than enough here. You do find a couple of other things. 6 alkali flasks. Is anybody writing this down?
I'll write down that stuff.
Okay.
You got it? Okay.
or I can send it out by everybody in email later. 2 doses of dust of acid consumption. 5 doses of dust of dryness.
Wait a minute, last time I got messed up with spelling. So 6 3 alchemicals.
Alkali flask. So an alkali flask is kind of like an acid flask. Let me get that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Except for alkali. There we go. Alkali flask. So an alkali flask is a flask of caustic liquid that reacts with ooze's natural acids. You can throw an alkali flask as a splash weapon against non-ooze creatures. An alkali flask functions as an acid flask, but against oozes and other acid-based creatures, it inflicts double damage.
So
2
it's
doses.
not just the flask; it's actually a substance in it also.
Right, yeah, it's a flask
Okay.
of
Right.
alkali, caustic alkali.
Okay.
There's 2 doses of dust of acid consumption, which
Doc, do you normally do treasure for this? I was
Pardon?
just thinking, do you normally do the treasure for this? I was just going to do the like the alchemical stuff, like for the portable hole. I don't really want to split the treasure because somewhere we've got a treasure list of.
usually it's Mike that handles that, right?
I think Mike does.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say,
I don't
Mike
think
usually
anyone's ever
does party
trusted Gato
treasure.
to make the list.
Oh, not at all.
You have your own list, I'm sure.
I've got the whip on there. I don't have the other stuff.
Yeah, Mike's the party treasure guy.
Yeah, so I just wanted to get the portable hole stuff.
Yeah, let the drow do the.
Yeah, put the
the drow
drow
do
in
the
charge
party
of the
duty. He's
treasure.
more
That's a
trustworthy.
good
Yeah.
idea.
Put the drow, and yeah,
He's way more trustworthy than the
The sad
caravan
thing-
guard.
The drow is more trustworthy.
then the half-elf caravan guard. Yep.
Okay,
Mike, you getting this?
can you just send that to me in email?
Sure.
Just that stuff?
Yeah.
I like to keep the money and the items in a separate piece because that's kind of what everyone else is going to be interested in.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely don't read it out loud so Mike can just make it up.
Exactly. Now here, I just copied it. I'm gonna send it over to you right now so I don't forget.
Oh, and lesson
Transfer
done,
from-
you guys occasionally do that. My phone died yesterday and I don't get a new one until Wednesday. So
Why don't you get a new one till Wednesday?
because of the continued overreaction, well, the Ryzen stores are closed. So you got to like basically order it online. And
Oh, right. Yeah. I get
so,
you.
so yeah, if either one of you guys try to text me or call me this week, normally I would be ignoring you, but this time it's not my fault.
Okay.
Normally I would be
So-
ignoring you. All right. And
So
so
you won't
that's
start ignoring us until Thursday.
Right.
right. All right. So that was the stuff in the lab itself. You find out stuff. And I've sent that to Mike. Mike, you should get that from me momentarily. On the guide, and so the tumor guy didn't have anything except for the whip. Mutasafin had several things, but they are difficult to find in this book.
Wait, is that back in the other lab again?
No, it's on his person.
Okay.
Let's look at the module right here. You may just go ahead and copy those over.
Would you? Yeah, that'd be really helpful. If you could just do that.
Yeah.
Just read ahead and find out. No, he has a magical chain shirt on. His longsword is masterwork. It's certainly a beautiful longsword, but it is not magical. It's just a very beautifully done sword. He's wearing an amulet. He has a ring on his finger. There's a book that he has in a large pocket on his sort of on his thigh.
Where's his body?
It's in the well, you guys aren't in there, but it's in the main lab room.
Oh, okay. So we're back in the main lab.
No, everybody's still in the technically
But
everybody's
somebody's
still
over
in
here
here.
searching for it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
here.
So Fletcher's probably grabbing it up.
Unless that's 2 spellcraft for those 2 items.
Okay, I'm just going to assume you take the time and figure it out. It's a +3 chain shirt. Very nice. It's a amulet of natural armor +1.
I'm interested if nobody else. I know there's been several of these floating around the party, but anything that boosts my armor, I'm interested in. I'm not
Okay.
sure we agreed that that it works for me or not, though. With wearing plate.
The ring is a ring of protection +2.
Okay.
And the book is a formula book that looks to have, if not all, then most of of prepared extracts, and plus some very other interesting kinds of things that might be manufactured, which I don't have written out right now. So if you guys keep that book or just throw it in the fire, it will have alchemical extracts in it. It's an alchemical formula book.
Okay,
It's a
alchemical,
personal
right.
one you get.
Farina, you want to keep that? And here though, I can do Farina, you're muted.
Sure.
Hey,
I can
if you're putting on
hold
your,
on to it in case somebody else comes up with a better need. I'm willing to hold it.
I can stick it in a portable hole if you want to keep it safe.
I'm going to leave it on party booty unless someone takes it, but I need to know if someone's taking it so I can take it off party booty.
What's that chain shirt?
No, the formula book.
Basically Mutasophan's personal formula book.
I think I don't want to sell it. So as long as we don't sell it, but I could, if we have a safe place to hold it, that's fine too. Doesn't matter if I have it.
Put it in the portable hole. Mike, I'm going to keep the portable hole stock supplies list. So anything.
Yes, I was hoping you would do that because I haven't been doing it. So, okay, put it in that one and I'll erase it from mine.
A chain shirt might be good for you, Jennifer. I think you're already wearing one that's not +3, maybe.
No, it's not +3. I heard it, but I was talking to Mason. Sorry, guys.
I don't know if anybody else is wearing chain. Dan, or is Fletcher wearing chain?
No,
Yeah.
but a +3 chain shirt would be the same armor class as his +1 breastplate, but he'd get his faster movement back.
Well,
However, it's probably, like you said, it's probably better for Farina. I think she.
I mean, you definitely need the AC, and I mean, you're in.
You're more front line.
Yeah.
I've got a 26 AC with a +1.
Yeah, if it can benefit you, then take it, Dan, definitely.
Okay. It would be nice to have the movement back. It's the same armor class, but I could be back to full movement.
Yep.
Anything gives me armor or dex, I'd be interested in.
Do you have a ring of protection on yet, Matt?
I don't have any rings. We've had several come through, but there's always been, there's always been a reason to send them to somebody else. I do have nice, armor on though. I have the +3 armor on, plate armor.
Yeah, I think you should get the ring then. You're more of the tank.
Good with that.
Well, you seem to fail on your saves too, so that'll help that.
All right. Ring of protection.
Go with your
All right,
strengths,
thank
I
you.
always say.
That's a +2.
Yeah.
+2.
Yeah.
Protection +2 is going to Matt.
Thank you.
And I'm erasing the +3 chain shirt because it's going to
Fletcher.
Where did I put that on the sheet? Would I put it under
Fletcher. Am I putting the
miscellaneous?
+1 breastplate back in the party booty?
Yes, you can have that.
Okay.
That would go under miscellaneous under AC, right? Just trying to think where that would go.
Oh, ring of protection is for saving throws. It's stick it. Well, I don't know what sheet you're using. If you're using
Ring of protection is just for AC. It doesn't do saving throws.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't?
My bad.
Nope.
I was thinking it did AC. I'll
Yeah, it
still
does
wear it.
AC.
I'm happy to wear it.
No, it is AC. It's just AC.
Yeah, I was wrong. I thought it was saved.
Okay.
How high is
Just
your AC now, Flash Art?
It's 27.
What sheet are you using for keeping track of stuff?
I'm using the one that Tom gave me in 2014. So I haven't updated this sheet since December 3rd, 2017. I mean, I've updated, but this is the shirt I'm using.
Is it an Excel spreadsheet?
Yes, that's it.
On the back page above gear, there's magic items worn. And there'll be a spot for like left finger, right finger.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
That's a deflection bonus. Yeah, so that's a good one.
Under extra gear, is that what it's called?
No, above gear, it'll say magical items worn.
On
that
the
section.
back sheet. On the tab.
It's on the back sheet.
Yeah,
On the back, back worksheet.
Well, there's like 15 tabs in here.
Do the back, the one that says back.
You want to call back? Let's see.
It'll say front, back, laptop.
I must have a different version.
You know, when people are watching this later, they're going to think this is the funnest part.
This is why we get together.
Let's move on.
So we can talk about.
Move on.
No, it's all right. You guys can. I mean, this is your game, not mine. So
It might be a
Maybe
completely
somebody-
different Excel sheet.
I think 2 years ago, Gordon reminded me that I should get a better character sheet, and I never did. So,
Hey, Matt,
well, I think Gordon just updated. I think Gordon put one in the Dropbox today. So, or will later, maybe.
Or if Matt, if you want to email me your character, I'll
Yes,
put
sir.
it on the newest version and then send it back to you.
that would be lovely. Thank you. It will do.
Is there anything else we want to distribute right away?
Good job.
I don't know.
Armor +1 would probably go well for someone.
Is that, you say it was an amulet?
It's an amulet of natural armor +1. So if you don't already have natural armor, this would benefit you.
If I do have natural armor, does it increase it by 1 if I'm not maxed?
It'll take the most powerful one.
Yeah.
Oh, then never
If
mind.
you have
Yeah,
multiple sources, it only takes the highest one.
Yeah, it doesn't stack.
it doesn't stack, then I don't want it.
Bardos will take it if nobody else will. He's still got a really low AC.
Illindar will be all over that, so you take it.
Okie doke. Anything else?
Okay, so I removed that from the sheet. So right now, the only thing I've got is the Scorpion Whip, the Masterwork Longsword, and the Breastplate. Because the rest of the stuff's been divvied out to people.
And the Scorpion Whip, you can only use if you have the exotic weapon proficiency, right?
Oh, anyone can use it. You do. Of course, the way Fletcher swings, Fletcher could swing at it and still probably kill all of us with it.
I kind of like my hammer. I think I'm fine. but I like having alternate weapon choices.
That locks it in place. That's kind of nice. Okay. All right, we're done with the fun part. Now let's get back to the boring, story and fight and stuff.
You sure? I mean, we could talk about Excel a little, or
Can we do some pivot tables and maybe some 3-axis charts?
Pivot table, yay!
That always turns me on.
It was just like being at work.
I've pivot tables, VLOOKUPs, all the finest.
Oh yeah.
All the finest Excel formulae and that don't work. I've never successfully got a COUNTIF to work. So someday.
New job, Les, real quick while we're talking about.
I'm sorry?
What are you doing with your new job? Is it the same stuff?
I start a week from tomorrow, so I'm getting ready. I got my notebooks that I've been keeping my little notes, having some thoughts.
Trapper keeper.
Going through some of my. So one of the things that, so I know this will be on the movie, but don't tell anybody. Is one of the things whenever over the last probably 12 years, I have kept literally every file that I've either acquired or made. So I kept a copy
all
of
his illegal activity.
documenting all of my illegal activities. So I have a lot of sort of other stuff that I can draw on, and so I've been going through a lot of that material to sort of help me sort of get back on the headset and that kind of thing. So I'm also going to, and Matt, you'll be pleased, I'm going to take advantage of the $100 credit with AdWords that I have to sort of reacquaint myself with AdWords. I probably won't spend anything. I'm going to save it for Archon marketing at some point, probably next year. But but I need to reacquaint myself with AdWords just so I know what the hell I'm talking about again, because it's been a while.
Well, ask me or ask Annie. I'm sure we can hook you up.
Oh, definitely, yeah, absolutely. So, all right, so we've got the treasure sorted out. We've figured out some of the Excel commands. That's all good, but we still have the looming problem of how do we destroy the refinery and we make it inoperable? Now, obviously, the material that Bardos and Farina kept. The rest of it can probably be destroyed, lit on fire, whatever. I mean, the glassware can be smashed, materials can be contaminated, but you do still have a very large ore grinder that frankly might be difficult. You also, I think it also would be a good point to point out here that you haven't necessarily investigated every room in this complex yet.
Yeah, there's 2 doors we haven't gone through yet.
Feels like Gatto has, though, so we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever was there is not there anymore, so
Just see, Bardos looks over. Was that door open before? I don't remember that one.
And I'd like to ask.
Ransacked too.
I'd like to ask Illindar, since I know that he's a summoner, if he were able to summon enough or a large enough earth elemental, could it cause effectively an earthquake under this grinder and cause it to sink into the ground and be covered, and along with some of the other parts?
Illindar would have a quick answer for you, but since I'm not as smart as him, I'll give you an answer here in a minute.
Okay.
Actually, that's a pretty good idea. Of all the ways to destroy something large, that's pretty darn good.
Are there any controls on it, Les? Like levers, buttons?
Who asked that question?
That was Fletcher.
Oh, okay. Your voice. Are you using a different mic? Your voice sounds different. Yes, there are absolutely on the
You
machine.
sounded smart for a minute. No.
On the machine, yes.
It's weird. It's eerie. Yeah, on the south end of the machine, you can see in this area right here, there is a what you would consider to be some sort of control panel of some sort. It's kind of hard to parse out. You're not. Since this is a medieval fantasy game. Control panels on machines or grinding machines are really not in your area of expertise. I mean, you can try and just start popping buttons and levers and stuff to see what happens.
I was going to think of starting to smash it with my hammer.
The control panel, okay, yeah, you could probably do that too.
I'll start on that while they work out this whole earth elemental.
The earth elemental cannot. It'd be a big guy, and he could Hulk smash stuff, but
Can't we just drop stuff? Can we just start? Could we just start the grinder up and find something you can't smash to smash from the inside? Like you're saying, earth elemental or your hammer. I don't think your hammer would be fine, probably, right?
Well, I wouldn't put the hammer or an earth elemental in it.
All right.
No, I think putting the hammer in there would be a great idea.
So the man who hates the hammer.
I hate that hammer. I regret the day I gave it to you.
Never.
So earth elementals can't cause a chasm?
No.
Okay.
Can you summon a lava elemental that can melt the grinder or something? Or
That's up to Les.
Maybe it's time to check how good.
I don't do all the third-party stuff.
Oh, like a lava elemental?
Yeah.
Like some other casters used to do.
Like some people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first entrance of a gravity elemental just ruined everything. But I think as a summoner, if you can summon a large elemental, I think that you can. I mean, you might have to make like a concentration check or something because you've never summoned a creature like this before and you're not familiar with
wait.
from which it comes. But yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I've summoned a large earth elemental before.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a lava elemental.
No, not a lava one.
Wait.
What?
I might have an interesting.
Yeah, if we're doing third party, I'm sure there's a nuke elemental I could.
Yeah. Radiation.
And we'll just have him nuke the place. But
why don't we crank this machine up?
Play tested or balanced very well.
Why don't we crank this machine up and then test how good our armor really is by dropping each other in?
Yeah. I think that sounds awesome.
First, let's start with these demon bodies.
Well, I mean, based on the size of the thing and the fact that it's chewing up, those of you who can peer inside of the bin can see that. I mean, there is these huge grinding jaws inside of it that are working on Nihydrian ore. It's literally the Nihydrian crystals are usually, when they're mined, they're still in a certain amount of surrounding stone matrix. And so they're just popped out of there as best they can, brought here. And what happens is this is to your mind the first step in grinding that excess stone away from the pure Nihydrian crystal and rendering out Nihydrian essentially powder. For then it to become more processed into elixir. So yeah, I mean, throwing armor and metal in there is probably not going to give it much pause.
Les, I've done 104 damage to the control panel so far.
Okay,
keep
great.
Going?
So yeah, no, you're smashing it away at it, and yeah, the control panel does seem to be in parts you can see. So there are certain, sort of strange. I mean, pieces of it have coming off. You can see sort of strange connectors and mechanical things there. While you guys are talking about maybe jamming some things through here to see if it can be broken, Fletcher's been smashing the control panel, and honestly, you don't know that you can. I don't know that you can get this to start now. Yeah.
But that's the point. I don't want. If they can't get it started, they got to rebuild it anyway. So, should I keep going, or is that enough damage? You think?
It's pretty wrecked. You don't think it could be started again? But as far as
the biggest thing I can summon is a woolly rhinoceros, which has like a 28 strength.
Okay.
And actually, one of its special attacks is powerful charge. It could be smashed into this thing and. Think how big this thing is.
Beat it down into as you probably couldn't completely destroy it. But yeah, you could. I mean, between Fletcher and a
That's
mammoth.
Nothing.
If I'm raging, I have a 24 strength, so I can already do quite a bit.
We don't have a druid in the group, do we?
No, Drew would be awesome at this.
Yeah.
You
Why
can't
would-
summon a rust monster either, can you?
Why
Eric,
would a
where's-
druid be
why would,
specifically good at this?
Grasp. They can cast a spell that rusts things.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah,
the
like a-
right
yeah.
thing, they could probably do something to that effect. Or,
I was gonna say, if you could summon a rust monster, he'd have a feast in here on this machine.
Can you summon a rust monster?
I don't see it in the list.
it's not in the
We'd
way.
have to run for our lives. I thought it was like a level 2 monster.
It's a low-level monster, but that doesn't mean you can summon it
Oh,
necessarily.
it might be on the the extended list of like exotics.
That's kind of
I
what
know
I'm
I've seen
checking.
it before.
I want to see if it's.
No.
I want to see if it's Paizo sanctioned.
It is. It's in the SRD,
What's that?
Rust
the
monster.
system resource doc. Rust monster is. There's also something called a rust lord.
Well, I know, but I don't know if you can summon it.
Can't summon.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that.
And the SRD that shows you the regular official list, and then they've also got some alternate things, but none of
Okay.
them.
Yep.
Rust monster
You
is
can-
on there.
Okay, you can polymorph something into a rust monster.
No, I can't. Someone might be able to.
A wizard
Whereas,
could.
you know, the-
Yeah, I don't have
A good wizard could. I don't know. I mean, Bardos, do you have any polymorph spells?
Nope, not yet.
Does regular acid eat away at this stuff? I mean, it would be tough to re-engineer some of these gears, I would think. Just take a few out. Do we have acid in all these laboratories, or
Sure.
acid blast? And
We just got some acid powders, didn't we?
Well, it's let me look again. Oh, it's acid eating powder.
Yeah, honestly, creating this machine is not really important. What's important are the anhydride crystals. Because I mean, having a crusher in this room is nothing without those crystals. So if we close the door,
That's true.
they're going to be able to recreate that thing if they want somewhere. It's not that hard to make a machine.
Okay, well, let's smash up the lab then.
Okay, did I hear smash? Ready.
Yeah.
This
The other
lab
thing
here?
I can do is a lantern archon, fires
Okay.
light, so basically a laser, and it says its damage bypasses all DR, so they could start cutting this thing to pieces.
You can start cutting it all up then. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't get to smash?
Well, no, you can smash the lab. We're gonna let the Archon do the grinder.
Okay, there's all the damage to the lab. Do I need to do more or less? Or is that enough?
How much? What look at? How much damage?
130?
130. Yeah, that's a solid amount of damage against basically a lot of glassware. So yeah, I think
It's not
that would
fighting
be.
back.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
We have to drag him out of there.
you are bashing the shit out of that stuff. There's a lot of trying to get this thing. I don't understand why it's not doing it.
Before COVID broke out, Google had reserved us a room to do this. What is that? The smash rooms or whatever.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
my team had specifically asked for this.
Yeah, no, Fletcher just goes to town in this thing, and you guys are at one point are a little worried about him because he's going through there's a lot of broken glass flying around. There's a lot of raw materials and stuff like that. One thing Fletcher does not do is do anything with the central console, which seems to be pretty wrecked. You guys are pretty sure that Lothar's water injected directly into the urn that was doing the last refinement process pretty much roasted that thing off. It looks pretty destroyed.
So
Yeah.
Gatto yells out, "Hey guys, do you mind if I open up this door here? We haven't gone through it yet."
Which
Dan,
door?
Fletcher reminds me of that scene in Office Space where they're beating that printer to death.
Yeah.
Michael Bolton just loses his shit, starts pounding on with their hand.
Yay.
Which door is Gatto at?
The one to the west.
I'm pinging it.
Yeah, I think they're pinging it.
Yep. So that door is locked, and there is also a sign on it in Abyssal. Gatto, do you speak
I don't
Abyssal?
read Abyssal.
You don't read Abyssal? Does anybody read Abyssal?
Most of the
I
rest
do.
of us do. I do.
I'm Abyssal on my mother's side.
Okay, gotcha. So Fletcher, how about you? Do you read Abyssal?
No.
Not with the smashing stuff.
I get
didn't
to see Gatto and Fletcher just sort of on the at the look at the door is like, looks like a sign. Yeah, it does. It's
You want me to smash the sign? I'll smash the sign.
No,
I can smash
I'm
the
opening
sign.
the lock.
No.
I think
So
you did it.
Ilindar, you see that sign, if you sort of peer at it from across the way, it says very clearly in Abyssal, storage, no open flame.
I'll offer Gatto a cigarette. No. I'm
Hey,
gonna
Gatto,
let him know
you do manage to get the lock open, although as yet you have not opened the door.
I'm gonna.
I opened the door.
Here, Gatto, take this torch. It might be dark.
Okay, because I don't know.
I'm gonna let them know about the whole fire thing. So
Wait, there's flammable stuff in here?
yeah,
Okay.
Bardos, you have Fireball, right? Is a spell?
No, I don't.
Now would be a good time to throw one in there. I mean, you could be you could be finally rid of your troublesome rogue.
look at that.
Caravan guard.
Caravan guard. So Gatto, you go in there, and this is definitely a storage room. There's all these little alcoves that have shelves all the way up to the ceiling. The ceiling's pretty high, probably 12 feet. So, but there's shelf upon shelf of each with tools, alchemical supplies. There's a small desk and chair sort of in the corner, but the room is just filled to brimming with supplies. Bardos, give me a knowledge arcana. Try and do better than a 1. That's better than a 1. Yeah, so as much as the stuff that is you scavenged from the laboratory, there's a ton more in here. Your best guess is there's probably close to 12,000 gold pieces worth of assorted magical supplies, components, and reagents stored in this room. Including
you
some.
got the portable hole, right?
Yep.
Open it up and I'll start putting stuff in it.
Yeah, we'll start.
Yoink.
So you hear those
If he
guys in
puts
there.
the
Should we
hole
take,
right here.
take this? I don't take that. I don't know.
We'll move this table and put the hole right here,
Okay.
and I start bringing stuff. And
You start
it
putting
in.
stuff in it. Okay, cool. It's going to take you guys a while to sort of clean off, and at some point, Bardos, how much does that portable hole hold? Do we know?
Yeah, I got it.
It's 10 feet deep and a 10-foot diameter.
Right. But there's also other material in there, like there's a work
Stuff in there,
table and
right.
things like that, because you're going to use that as sort of a portable lab, right?
Right.
Okay. So you guys, it's
How
going to.
great is that?
It takes you longer. I mean, you can't just like dump this shit in there and
Right,
move on
you
with
have
your
to-
lives. It's probably going to take you guys close to an hour to get the stuff you want and get it put it away in the portable hole, and so that it's so that it's not just dumped around.
If Bardos climbs down there, I'll hand it down to him, and he can kind of like stow it wherever he
Yeah,
wants to.
it's still going to take a while. So
Yeah.
probably close to an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Les, I'm going to keep an eye on this door.
Okay. So far, it hasn't done anything. The door has just stayed there.
That's the one that the fake
Closed.
paladin went through, right?
I never know with those doors though.
Yeah, so Yaniel went through there after Mutasafin and the tumor guy, Gibby, started attacking you guys and started blowing stinking clouds all over the place. So yeah, she went through there.
So
The
I'm watching.
door is still closed.
I take
Okay, we'll
umbrage
leave it
if
that
we
way.
call her Yaniel.
You're going to leave it that way, you say?
Yeah, leave it that way. I'm just watching it.
Okay. All right, so Gatto and Bardos are sort of going to be out of commission for a little while. What are the rest of you doing during that 45 minutes to an hour where Gatto and Bardos are looting that storage room?
I was life coaching Fletcher to beat the machine.
Okay.
Is that all you got? Do it again.
Sweep the leg.
Yeah.
Wait, no, don't do that. What
Five
about
more reps.
Lothar, Farina? What about you guys?
I'm going to move down here because there's another set of double doors.
Did Gatto say he investigated this area too, but just south of the grinder room?
Yes, Gatto did investigate that area.
No, I did not. Oh, south of the grinder room, yes.
No, I did. Well, yes, I did.
Is there anything I should know
Um,
where I wander down there? Hey, Gato,
That's
I'm
really-
going down south over here.
Well, there was
There was a cage in there. There was like a area with a bunch of pillows where somebody would lounge and watch the person in the cage.
Dinky.
Oh, inside the cage, I found a note.
Now you shared that note with Lothar, right?
If not, I'm sharing it now. So
No, he already did.
I
Okay.
think you
Yeah,
shared
we
this.
did that one.
Yeah. I think, is this a note you read to us earlier, like last week or week before?
That's
yeah,
correct.
From Cyvar.
Yeah.
Both are. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah. So you guys know what's in here. Do you want me to read it again?
we can
No.
read it anytime. We got access to it in the journal.
You have access to it. Okay, great.
Yeah, we're good.
But yeah, that's of special interest to Lothar because this was the guy he was in Canebras with. You guys remember that he's been to a certain extent. I don't know. I can't speak for Lothar, but I'm assuming at least a little bit that he has sort of written him off for dead, and apparently he is not, or isn't lately.
He's
No,
only mostly dead.
He never wrote him off for dead. He's been looking for him the whole time.
Come here.
Because remember that whatever that
Yes.
reformed demon thing was, said he was still
Mhm.
alive.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Erastil sent message to you that he was still alive. He still exists.
Yeah.
Okay, go lay down.
Very cool.
So I'm gonna go down this hallway.
Okay. Here, let me go ahead and take off those doors because you would have gone through there and open them up.
Excuse me while I take these doors off.
So yeah, if you want to go down there, you can completely kind of just go ahead and walk through there. You got plenty of time.
Okay.
You said that a little too cavalierly. Check for traps.
So this is the area with the cage that he was in.
Correct. Yeah. So the thing on the right is the cage, and then there's like a little sort of like a little dais on the left that is covered with like cushions and stuff like that. It looks like it's kind of a nest, but it's set up directly across from the cage.
What's the thing in the southern corner?
It is. Hold on. Let me tell you. It is. It is a statue of some sort of this room's ceiling is pretty high, so it's a large statue. It's not of Baphomet, it's not of Discari, but it gives off every indication that it might be of some other sort of demon. You're not sure. You don't recognize it immediately.
Okay.
Do I?
Give me a
Knowledge religion.
knowledge religion, sure.
Well, that's one of my specialities. All right. Prayer's long gone now, right?
Yes.
22.
22. And Lothar, you did a knowledge check. So, Flashheart, you're not sure. This is something very odd, but Lothar, you get the impression that this might be a statue of Hepzamira. That is the Baphomet's daughter, who's the one who's supposed to be in charge of all this stuff going on.
Mhm.
You think that that's a statue of her?
Lothar, I'm going to paladin explain this to you. It's this demon girl. Yeah. Yeah, she's really well known in these parts. Okay. Hepzamira.
Hepzamira, yeah. So she is the one that is sort of, so she's Baphomet's daughter, and she's the one who's been sort of running the Naya Hydrian show, along with a variety of other things for Baphomet.
Well, I'm gonna go over here and search this dais and pillows section.
Okay, it looks like it's been tossed a little bit. It's kind of disheveled and things like that. You don't see anything of note there. Doesn't seem to be anything of value. It's just it looks like the vibe it gives to you is more like less like a bed and more like a nest, but like made out of pillows and you know, that kind of thing. And it's big, much bigger than that woman was. That Ursatella woman.
No other way out of this room?
No,
Besides
not
the
that you
one
can see, no.
Farina came through, okay.
There's double doors up here.
Yeah, I saw Farina.
That's the
creep
doors
through
they came in.
Yeah, those should be open because that's the doors I came through.
Yeah.
I came down the other hallway. I'll go back.
Yeah, those doors are
I'll
open.
go back up there.
Are these doors?
Oh,
Is that what those are? Doors?
Yes, those are doors, but they lead into a cage, essentially.
Oh, that's the cage. Okay.
Yeah, that's the cage. And it's the cage that Gatto found that note that he brought back to Lothar. All right. So about 45 minutes to an hour later, Bardos and Gatto, you guys think that you've taken as much as the portable hole can hold, probably. You spent a lot of time. Bardos wants to keep working, but there's still material here. You just don't think that, frankly, you just don't think that you could take it all.
We got to save space in it for good stuff.
Yeah, for good stuff.
Is there a trap right here or something? That 5-foot aura?
No, that was the grease spell, and Dan used that to mark the door.
And that should be gone now.
Yeah. I will eliminate it.
Oh, so there's. Okay.
I walked up here. Is the door locked?
It is.
I'm going to check for traps.
Okay.
Perception. So 31.
31. You do not see any traps.
I'm going to unlock it.
Okay. Perhaps. Yeah, no problem. You actually, it seems to be a pretty,
I like the way you said perhaps.
perhaps. It seems to be a pretty rudimentary lock, actually. It's not very complicated. Almost de rigueur.
I open the door and then step aside so that Fletcher can walk in.
Whatever's in there can get you. You open the door.
I felt him coming up behind me, so he probably wanted to go in there. So
it creaks open, and you actually are kind of surprised. So Fletcher, you go in, and what?
Because I'm surprised. Hey!
It's actually quite a clean and spacious bedroom, is what it looks like. There's a nice writing desk right over there across from the door. An antique armoire with some runes carved on the doors. It looks really nice. That's this thing over in the southern corner. And a large bed that has a lot of pillows and silk sheets on it. There does seem to be several what look to be maybe ripped out shelves, like bookshelves from a bookcase, that are stacked against the armoire.
you step in,
And they're pretty long. So they're pretty long. So probably 6 to 8 feet long. And there's a whole wad of them. They don't look like they were thrown there. They look like they were left there.
You didn't go in any further?
Well, no, I was going to let you take a look around now that I know it's empty.
Okay.
Because now it's more about traps and secret doors than it is about fighting.
I'll come to this room now. I'm going to move to this room. Actually, I'll move to where Storm is.
Okay. Okay. All right. Gatto.
I'm searching for traps in the desk and bed and stuff.
And that Anwar has runes.
Okay.
Hey, Les, can I send Otto along the perimeter, just looking for like air from maybe secret doors?
Okay, sure.
How do you want me to do that? Just run a series of perception checks? Or?
Yeah, just give me an indication of where he's going to. Is he just going to like wander around and kind of sniff around and try and find something, or?
I was literally going to just pull him all the way around the perimeter.
Okay.
From the lab.
Yeah.
On the lab. Yeah, go ahead and give me just one perception check. So Gatto, what did you see the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you do? So you're in there. Give me a quick perception check.
Whenever Bardos alone, you type things, Les. Everybody else, you just say things.
Because he's telling secrets.
I don't know how to answer that question.
I'm doing a perception check that everyone can see right now.
All right, 16. So, in your professional opinion as a caravan guard, you feel that this room somebody left in a hurry. A couple of the drawers have been pulled out of the desk. There was some the sheets and pillows have been tossed. It looks to you as well that there was something underneath the bed, and as you look under there, you find that there is essentially a large box, a large iron box under there that has been opened and emptied.
Okay. I call out saying, "Hey, we need a magic user in here to take a look at something."
Bardos will be checking for magic.
Okay. So doing detect magic, you mean?
Yep.
Okay, so
yeah, Fletcher and I suspect that armoire because it's got all sorts of ruins on it.
It does. And so, Bardos, as you do detect magic, nothing else in the room radiates magic, but that armoire radiates a ton of magic, something inside. It radiates a ton of necromancy magic.
Now, I haven't touched it at all. I haven't looked for traps on it or anything, so.
Sure. No, nobody touched anything.
Necromancy magic.
Gato never touches anything in these rooms that he's in. He's very observant of the no touchy rule.
Necromancy is my excluded, one of my excluded ones. So I already know.
You can still detect the school of it, but it's definitely necromancy coming out of there, and a fair amount of it.
So, well, I guess I'll do a knowledge arcana to see if I can try to think what that would mean.
Okay.
Maybe like a place where somebody sleeps? Does it look like it could be something?
Was that?
I think it's more of a portal because she went in there and hasn't come
That's
out.
what I was thinking, but I was expecting like teleportation, transmutation, but it's not. If it's necromancy, then maybe it's...
It's definitely necromancy. There's no
is she regenerating maybe?
I don't know. Maybe it's...
We need a big guy. Where's a paladin?
Did you guys?
We had a paladin.
Did you guys even hurt her? I don't think anybody actually hit her.
Well,
or maybe somebody did.
In here.
No, we didn't injure her, but she
could probably teleport. If she's gone, she probably teleported. It's not.
Did you check for secret doors, old caravan guard?
I'll go in there and check for secret doors everywhere, but I'm not touching that armoire.
Okay, go for it.
Are the beds of undead creatures typically magical? I wouldn't think they would be, typically.
That's a Lothar question. Lothar probably knows more about undead as a priest of Erastil than you would as a scholarly wizard. I mean, other than academic. To your knowledge,
I'm gonna go get
Lothar or Flashheart.
Flashheart, both of them. This is more their realm of expertise.
Okay.
You guys there? Hello.
I guess they're searching over on the other side. Lothar was anyway.
Yeah, I'm over in this room over here, so.
Well,
I'm not doing anything useful. If you want to call me to somewhere.
Yeah, come down here, Flashheart.
I'm not doing anything useful.
I'm just making small talk with Storm.
Yeah.
In this room, there's a
Flashheart, were you in that room
armoire
yet?
that has runes on it. We believe it has something to do with necromancy.
This thing right here?
Yeah.
I detect evil on the armoire.
Unless Lothar doesn't show up, I'm going to ask either Storm or Farina or somebody to go check out and see what he's up to. Because he shouldn't be alone, whatever he's doing.
It does not radiate evil.
Who's been left?
Well, Lothar's right here next to, or that's Illendar.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's Illendar.
No, Lothar's in the room with the cage.
Yeah, it's over here.
He was investigating over there. Lothar, you dig around for a couple of minutes. You don't find anything of worth or note.
Okay. Did I detect anything in less?
You detected evil. It does not radiate evil. In fact, give me a perception check.
All right, I will.
And did Gato find any secret doors?
I'm able to
Gatto
see
did not
through
find
the
any
glass,
secret
right?
I
doors.
did not.
Gatto did not find any secret doors.
I perceived the hell out of this armoire.
You sure did.
So to your mind, there is a bit of Flashlight. There is a bit of passive evil coming off of the runes. However, you get a weird sense of goodness and light coming from inside the armoire, but also a sense of tragedy.
Maybe it's where the real paladin is hidden.
Yeah, or I think she's like a yin and yang kind of creature.
Or maybe Xanatopsis is living here now.
Yeah,
Could be.
Xano there. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
busy
he'd
in
be
the
out
astral
here.
plane making a drow boat.
So have you
That-
opened it yet?
This demon would be right up his alley. Another professorial creature.
Gatto, don't touch it.
I have not opened it yet. I'm waiting for one of the magic users to say, tell me to open it or not. Is Lothar coming?
Just in
Yes.
case.
And Illendar from like the next room over can tell that Gatto's itching to open it. So he goes from the other room, Gatto, don't touch that.
You're always saying that.
Oh,
How will we know what's in it if we don't look at it?
Don't
do
do
I
it.
feel, when you're saying I said,
Well, there's a lot of like runes and stuff on the doors. Now remember, there was like shit stacked up against it. Remember, so I'm assuming that you pulled those, like they look like bookshelves, frankly, that somebody had stacked there in front of the thing.
So somebody couldn't have climbed inside because somebody stacked stuff in front of
You
it.
think those runes are a trap?
Right.
I don't know. That would be a question for a wizard.
For Gatto.
That would be an ecumenical matter.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like it's a Bardos
Potentially.
or
So
Lothar
the
question.
caravan guard will take a look at the armoire for traps if
All right.
Flashheart steps aside.
I'll step
Okay.
aside.
If we have code, we can just say, Gatto, don't touch the dragon. That'll mean, don't touch whatever
Sorry, did somebody did
And slaps him.
No, no
someone
one said
say?
it. No one said it.
I got a new sound effect. It's actually called punch.
Yeah, but that's a lot less
No, the slap was
satisfying.
much better.
Yeah, that's
All
a
right.
lot less satisfying than the slap.
I'll work on it.
Okay.
I'll work on it.
So 23 for traps.
23 for traps. So you
It
don't
includes
see
magical traps.
any obvious mechanical traps, no spring-loaded darts or anything like that. But those those runes on that door give off every indication of being some sort of bad shit happening when you open those doors.
God, I really want to open it.
I'll step over
Can we
here.
tie
while
a
I
rope
do
and
that.
open
So
it
disable
from
it.
outside the room?
Okay, I will attempt to disable the runes.
After the rest of us step out.
Why don't we just
Alright.
have an earth elemental or
Yeah.
or
I'll
something?
stand over here by Farina now. That should give me a minimum safe distance.
Couldn't an earth elemental open it?
Yeah, but Gatto
I'll
doesn't
blow
wait.
up whatever's there.
Oh, nice roll anyway.
Okay, what was your roll?
30.
30.
30 to try and eliminate it.
Disable the
The
magical glyphs.
Okay, so so in this case, and I'm looking at it right now, you do get the idea that this is a blast glyph, but you are not with you're 30. 30 is pretty good. You think, but it's not quite good enough. You think you have rendered it at least less powerful, but you don't think you've eliminated it altogether. You were able to make some changes to the glyphs itself, but not in such a way that it rendered the entirety of the glyph non-functional.
Interesting. So you turn the volume down.
Yeah, a little.
Went from disintegrate to smithereens.
Just open it.
Just open it.
Do it. Just do it.
Listen to the voices.
Wait, did you just send me a message?
Secret message.
Okay. I need a reflex save.
That's everyone's favorite thing to hear. I need a reflex save.
As the runes erupt with liquid fire that shoots directly at you as you pull open the doors.
35.
35 is a pretty good reflex save. And you have evasion, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, you big fart, you did manage to dodge out of the way at the last minute. Your cautious nature allowed you to sort of dive out of the way as the fire just goes squirts out. It's like napalm, just onto the floor, and sort of
I
like
jumped on the
hissing.
bed.
It's hissing. Yeah, you jumped on the bed and you're standing up there like, oh no, mouse. But there's a big blot of flaming. It looks like acid and fire all in one delicious juicy mess, sort of like burning itself out. There's a lot of white smoke. It's very acrid in here, an ammonia smell. But it takes maybe 10 to 20 seconds before it sort of burns itself out, and then it's just like a smoking puddle in the middle of the room.
So you guys see a bunch of smoke coming out. You saw some flashing of light and then some smoke. After about 20 seconds, I yell, "Okay, guys, come on in."
Okay, come on in. And you come in, and Gatto is standing on the bed, like
I'm still on the bed.
Awesome. All right, yeah, no, it was a
couldn't
combination
not
of
open
acid
it.
and fire. But as you open it, you see a very strange sight. It looks to be. Where is it? Where's my flavor text? You see inside of this armoire, you see what looks. At first, you thought the first thing that goes into your head is mummy. Mummy. No, like a mummy from
I know.
Imhotep.
But then you realize that it looks to be, even when you take a closer look, it looks to be the dried out sort of husk of a person, potentially female, wearing some sort of whitish robe that looks like it is sort of in rags at this point. It's not skeletal because there is still sort of like it looks like. Well, it looks like a mummy. It looks like a lot of the flesh is drawn back against the skeleton. It looks very papery. There's a brown, like a sort of sepia brown color. The clothing seems to be very sort of crusader-like. There's a white tabard, or you would use
no.
white.
Yeah, I call out for flash art.
Okay.
Flash art, any chance you'd recognize Yaniel if she was almost dead?
She's dead.
Yeah, she's
He's
dead.
totally dead. All right, I'm entering and examining. Is this
Is the armor still the magic that's radiating here, or is it actually what's inside of the armor?
The armor now is not radiating any magic. Armoire, just the creature inside. And she is radiating, or it is radiating a fair amount of necromantic magic still. Although Flashheart, as you see this person, you recognize that this, you think, is the actual body of the Crusader Yaniel. That somehow the woman that Mudasafin referred to as Minago had been keeping or using in some way. I mean, you don't really know.
Somehow she was draining her. All right, I get it. I don't really know either, but gross.
She was using her body as a disguise.
Yeah, I'm filled with righteous rage.
Give me a knowledge religion, or if somebody has a knowledge planes.
I have religion here. Let's see. There you go. We just want to do planes.
So Bardos, Flashheart, you're 25. So Flashheart, you suspect that this is the actual physical body of Yaniel, but radiating that much necromantic energy, there's something wrong here, and you're not sure what it is. You suspect that maybe there's some sort of possession maybe that's taking place, or somehow that demon was using the body of Yaniel in some way. Otherwise, why keep it, right? You also don't necessarily get the idea that Yaniel is, to paraphrase from A Princess Bride, 100% dead. She might be only mostly dead.
All right.
Which means
I guess my first move is going to try to lay on hands.
Well, Bardos, you suspect the same thing, and Bardos, you think that this is likely some sort of possession or magic jar or something similar. You're not sure what. This is demon magic, so you're not as familiar with it as probably you may end up being. But you come to the same conclusion that Flashheart is. So Flashheart, you try to lay on hands on the creature, on the thing. All right. So
Call for Lothar. Try to get him in here too.
So you press your hands on the husk and try to do lay on hands, and you can feel some of the energy sort of going in, but you also feel at the same time that necromantic energy that is coming out of Yaniel is sort of pushing it away. Like you are pretty sure as a paladin and a healer that your lay on hands did not really do her any good because the necromantic energy that seems to be filling her sort of pushed it away.
Right.
That disallowed it from having any.
So we have to break the necromantic energy somehow.
Lothar.
Oh, Lothar. I'll be praying to Almade while we summon Lothar.
Okay.
Yeah,
For guidance here.
I'm on the way. I was down there
okay.
daughtering, and I saw a whole herd of animals come to get me, so I know what that means. There was a big cat and a dragon with a look of concern in their eyes.
There was what?
A dragon that
You
looked
guys
concerned.
don't like the sound, though. I mean,
Well,
Yeah,
you
we
got to
want
bring
the
the
old one
slap
back.
back. Yeah, you got to bring the slap back.
All right, hold on. I gotta
Bring
get
the
it.
slap back.
Find it.
And
Double slap.
I know what it means when the big cat and the dragon have a look of concern that their squishy friend is off wandering around by himself.
How's that? Better?
There we go.
Yay.
That's what we
Huzzah.
needed back.
Okay. I can never remember. What is it? The word that sets that off?
It's dragon.
How to train your dragon. Oh.
All right. So yeah, you.
Oh, that's a French dragon.
That wasn't me.
I know how to train your dragon. That's a French
Oh.
dragon.
That was me.
All right. Still slapworthy. So. So yeah, I mean, so Flashheart, you're laying on hands, but the necromantic energy inside is still pushing that away. Whatever is wrong here, you don't feel like you can affect it until somehow that necromantic energy is either driven away or decursified or enchantment broken or something. Something. But it's beyond your power at this point.
All right. Like I'm opening a hotline to the gods.
Okay. New paladin, who dis? Yeah, I mean, you're sending off some images, some stuff, but you do not receive any responses from Iomade. Maybe she thinks that rather than ask her every 2 seconds for information, maybe you should try and figure it out.
She's like, pauses her Netflix. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy.
You get a really throbbing headache for a second. Yeah.
Maybe she says, figure out your own damn problem. How about that?
You get a busy signal.
Yeah.
Oh.
The subscriber you have called is not accepting calls from you.
Iomade's mailbox is full. Please call back later.
I just flipped it.
What? Are you talking to me? Or not? Okay, there we go.
A lot going on right now over there.
All right, so Lothar, you're there. You see this thing, and they basically tell you. Bardos will inform you that this thing is radiating a ton of necromantic energy. It was in this armoire that was covered with, glyphs that would ward it.
Xana would have been fascinated.
And now Flashheart thinks that this is the real Yaniel, that crusader that talked to you guys earlier today, but that Mutasafan referred to is Minago.
Okay.
Minago's on my list.
So would my take on it be knowledge planes or knowledge religion?
Either one, whatever you think is best.
22.
Okay, is that a religion or knowledge or a planes check?
They're the same.
They're the same. Okay, you want to? Let's say that one's planes. Do a religion check.
Worse.
Okay, worse. So you're not sure, but basically, what everybody's telling you is this body is, and it looks like a corpse. It looks like a desiccated corpse. But Flashheart says that there's still power here. There's still life here. And Bardos says, look, there's some sort of potential connection, maybe. Definitely a buttload of necromantic energy inside of this body, inside of this core. Now, what's keeping it there, you don't know, but Flashheart was unable to do any. He tried to do like heal it and got nothing. But it was like literally the necromantic energy pushed it away.
Okay.
I can try to do a dispel magic, but I can't do that until I rest for spells.
We need to break curse. What is the thing where you? No, not a dimensional anchor. That's not gonna work.
Dimensional anchor keeps a creature from teleporting or changing planes.
I was thinking it could block a signal, but no, that's not gonna do it.
No.
Or break a tether.
No,
Break enchantment.
Yeah, seems like a good one.
It's possible.
Can anybody here break said enchantment?
I don't know. What is break enchantment anyway? Is it
It'd be
a
dispel magic.
break enchantment is a cleric spell. It's or a wizard spell. It's a universalist.
All right, I'm gonna cast divination.
Okay.
But I need a minute to try to figure out how to ask the right question.
Okay.
So effectively, it would be a prayer to Erastil about if that paladin is savable, and what would it take to save her? But like I said, I get like one question.
Right. It says divination spell can provide you with a useful piece of advice in reply to a question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 1 week. The advice is granted by the spell, can be as simple as a short phrase, or it might take the form of a cryptic rhyme or omen. I don't really do cryptic rhymes. I don't think Erastil does either.
Thank God.
If your party doesn't act on the information, conditions may change, so it's no longer useful. Base chance for success is 70 plus 1 per caster level to a maximum of 90%.
Okay, so well, it does just say a question, and it doesn't have to be necessarily super
Let's just
specific.
assume she's savable. So let's skip to that
Right.
question.
So I guess the question would be, what do I need to do to save to save Yaniel?
Okay.
And if that's how you pronounce her name, and then it's going to be a D100 plus 10.
Plus 10, your cast level. So 80%. So you 81 and over means the divination failed for whatever reason.
It succeeded. 78.
Ooh, that's close, man. It's just straight up D100. You don't necessarily add the 10. So yeah, so it's just 68. So not as close. So your question is, what do I need to do to save Yaniel?
Yeah.
So the answer comes back in typical Aristotelian fashion, where it's like, the voice on the breeze, you smell the turned earth, that indicates the presence of your deity, and basically you hear, and it sounds like Siggy, who's sitting on your thing. It sounds like Siggy leans over to you in your ear and says, "The enchantment that binds Yaniel to Minago can be broken. The curse that this crusader has felt can be removed. Either will put this crusader on the path to righteousness."
Okay. So I either need break enchantment or remove curse.
That's the vibe you're getting.
Which means I'm going to have to rest because I don't have either of those memorized.
Okay.
Which is not necessarily a big deal. She's been like this for a while, so I don't think an extra day is going to hurt. But I'm just saying, in order for me to try either of those, and I can memorize both.
Double whammy.
Yeah, and try, because let's see here. Remove curse. Oh,
Well, remove curse is a less powerful spell.
All right, but I want to see how it functions.
Okay.
Because if it doesn't have any super limitations to it, Remove curse can remove all curses on an object or a creature. If the target is a creature, you must make a caster level check against the DC of each curse affecting them. Success means it's removed. Removed curse does not remove the curse from a curse shield, weapon, or suit of armor, although a successful caster level check enables the creature afflicted with any such cursed item to remove or get rid of it. So if I tried remove curse, it would be a caster level check against the level of the curse or the DC of the curse that person has.
Okay.
Let's
I
go
heard the word
back.
curse a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot of cursing going on in there.
A lot of curse.
Hey, you were warned. We were told there might be cursing. in
There
this
might be
event.
cursing.
So let's see what break enchantment does. The spell frees victims from enchantments, transmutations, and once again curses. Let's see here. It's
Right.
still a caster level check against a DC 11 plus the caster level of the effect. Now, see, that's different because it would be a caster level check, a D20 plus level max 15. So it would be a D20 plus 10
Right.
against the DC 11 versus the caster level of the effect. Whereas remove curse is just a caster level check against the DC of the curse. So in theory, whoever casts the curse is going to be a higher level than the curse they cast.
Potentially.
Make sense? Because in all caster situations, you don't get to cast stuff that's a higher level than you are.
Right.
So I'm thinking that remove curse would probably be the better option. And since it's only a third level spell for clerics, I could memorize it multiple times in hopes that one of them would work.
That is a sensible plan.
Yeah, it makes good sense.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
It's a
4,
remarkably sensible plan for this party.
Flip up.
Should I change that to just bash its head in? Would that be more to this party's liking?
Yeah, render
Or
stuff inoperable.
light her on fire.
Yeah.
I cast flaming hands on the desiccated husk.
Okay. My second
Matt,
question.
there's supposed to be people outside your window in the kitchen or wherever you're at.
Are there people behind me?
Yes,
I'm
just
seeing.
walk by your window.
Yeah, so it's a sidewalk.
My next
I have
question.
a row house here.
And this might be a Mike question. Does aid, prayer, or any of the other stuff that I do allow me to get a bonus to caster level for the purposes of remove curse?
No.
Well, you suck.
Evidently, you suck.
You were supposed to say yes.
I could have said yes.
And then tell Les not to look it up.
Yes, and then tell Les, don't bother looking it up. I'm always right. Jeez, how long have we been together, dude?
Is there
Okay.
any way to increase your caster level for that?
Here's the deal. You kind of know this about Don and I, the same thing. We will definitely pull every little tiny rule out to benefit us, but we will also let it
Narc on us. Yep.
if it's not doable. So
Yeah, you've got the rules portion down pat, but you're failing on the lawyer because the lawyer part is inherently skeezy.
Yeah.
And that's the part you're missing out on.
You're no Johnny Cochran, is what he's trying to say right
Exactly.
now.
I'll have to work on that.
If the spell doesn't fit, you must acquit. Okay, so I need to rest, and at which point I can memorize multiple versions of remove curse because I think that's probably my best chance.
Okay. What about the rest of you? I mean, is that a good plan?
I think it's an excellent
I think it's
plan.
the best plan we have.
Well, and it
We need
seems-
what about summoning the wizard?
Yes, we should summon that wizard also.
Well, he's going to bring. So the thing was, you were supposed to summon him when you were ready to bring down the portal.
yeah, to pass through.
Okay,
the
we're
gate.
no, not
But
ready.
if you guys are gonna spend the night here,
We're not ready to go through the portal yet.
you're not ready. Yeah, I don't know. And do you feel like that you've destroyed the refinery's capabilities enough? Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, you mashed up
Pretty much, yes. Because
Do
the Archon
do-
in here lasered everything. And we
Do we
smashed
wanna-
all the glass and stuff. And
Do we want to sleep in the doorway to the gateway to Hill's entranceway here, or do we want to maybe step outside and sleep in Farina's treehouse?
I'm thinking
Then
there's
we've
a
been staying at
dais with
Citadel Dresden, which is pretty much the same thing.
there's a dais with a bunch of pillows over here.
He makes a good point. And it doesn't, you know.
Who has to sleep in
Should
a
already
cage?
sleep in there.
There's also a pretty reasonably comfortable bed right next to the thing I need to cast a spell on.
There
So
you go. Yeah, but you got to be willing to sleep near a rotting mummy.
Well, it's not rotting mummy. I mean, you don't get like a whiff of decomp off of her. I mean, it's basically she's like a dried out husk. There's no smell other than maybe like.
You're still not selling this room to me, Les.
do none of you remember what I did with the dead dwarf and his companions in the mausoleum?
It's like sleeping next to beef jerky. You're fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Who hasn't slept next to beef
Rita's still
jerky?
got the hideaway spell. We could hide this mummy with us, and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hideaway.
I'm going to sleep in this room with the doors closed.
You know what? Seriously,
I'm gonna
Gato,
sleep where
I
all
think
the-
you would be safest if we let you sleep in the cage.
Yeah.
We could close it up.
Joke's on you. That room's full of uranium, and you have cancer now. So
No,
sorry.
it's not. We've been in this room.
We could close up the cage. You'd be perfectly safe.
And in
I'll-
full
I'll-
view of everybody, as opposed to in that room.
I'll sleep wherever the spellcasters are.
And the D word could be said all day long, and
Yeah.
I don't think the house could fit in between the bars there.
Well, I'm sorry, the D word?
You're kind of a dick though, so I know you would dismiss him and then have him come back inside the cage with me.
That would just be a disembodied dragon claw.
Before we bring back this paladin, I want to double check her hair color. What hair color are we looking at here, Les?
She has brown hair.
Okay, then she's totally good.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
knows that brunettes are never
Yeah.
evil.
Now, wait a second.
Well, yeah, everybody.
Wait just a minute.
Everybody knows that redheads in Les's campaign are going to
Yeah.
kill us.
Yes.
So
Always
here's
demons.
Yaniel.
Yeah. she
Got that
checks
Joan
out.
of Arc vibe going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had brown hair.
The brunette checks out. We're good.
Yeah.
If she had red hair, we'd have to.
Yeah, if Yaniel was a redhead, we're just going to disintegrate the body and move on.
I can't believe that you guys think that I would never throw a good redhead at you guys.
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
No.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Farina here, who happens to be a redhead.
Ooh,
No.
No. Present company excluded, of course.
That would be not something that the DM threw at us.
Never know.
Unless you're a plant from the DM.
Yeah, she's a sleeper agent.
Never know.
Yes.
She's the Manchurian candidate for this party.
Thought
Well,
we
if
already
that's the case-
ascertained.
If
Go
that's
ahead.
the case, we're all dead.
I thought we already
Yeah.
ascertained my first girlfriend in high school was a redhead, and I'm still working some shit out.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did.
I especially like the red. You know, it's double jeopardy if it's redhead with a Cockney accent. Then
Hello, loves.
I thought all NPCs in this game had a Cockney accent.
They do.
I'm working on it.
It's an amazing Cockney accent, but yeah, it's an Cockney.
you got to send Les to night school for theater.
I thought it was in London.
I don't know if Dan ever told you, he sent me a training video for different kinds of Cockney accent. Surreptitious- He sent me a voice coach YouTube video.
I love it.
Funny.
All right. So, So you guys basically are then going to stay the evening here, and I'm assuming take a variety of sort of precautions. Are you staying inside the building? Agato, I wasn't sure if you actually decided that you did want to stay in that room with the doors closed.
I'm in this room with the doors closed that night.
Can you imagine? It's like he comes up and, Gato, are you in there? He's like, just a minute, I'm naked. All right, so Gato's locking himself into the room with the glass dishes for reasons that I'm sure he doesn't want to talk about. What about the rest of you? Lothar, are you going to camp out in that little southern room there? Or?
I need to wash my sock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, God. If we're recording. All right, so what about the rest of you?
Well,
I mean, that room. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go to the southern room where the dais is,
Mhm.
and part of that is in the past, communications between my deity and myself have happened during dreams, and I know that Saivar was here, so I'm
Yep.
going to sleep here.
Okay. All right, perfect. What about the rest of you?
Where are you going, Lothar? Here, this dais, or is
Mhm.
this?
Yeah, down in the southern room where the cage was, because that's where my mentor was kept.
So, hey, Les, is there a cot inside that cage?
There is. Well, it's small, more like a mat, but yeah, it's definitely a cage for people as opposed to creatures.
Okay. There's
Although I
no
guess-
one's in here, so I'm gonna take that.
You're gonna jump in there and say, "Draw me like one of your wood elves, Jack." No,
I'll be there too with
I'll let
Lothar.
that one slide.
Draw me like one of your wood elves. Oh my god. Hold on, I gotta tweet that real quick. Hold on a second.
Of course you do.
He has to
I-
put
I
it in the
get-
Library of Congress really quick. Don't
Yep.
mind him.
I get a cut of all profits, right?
What makes you think that we
What-
have profits? We have. So I just.
I'm like your fourth.
Yeah. All
my
6
first-
followers of tinybatman.com.
Oh yeah. So we've played. So I checked this today, so I know this. We actually have 98 game videos on YouTube right now, and I think we have a grand total of something like 17 views. So it's
Move it up.
and like I told you guys, we have 4 subscribers, and at least 2 of them are Doug. So. It's not like YouTube is calling me up saying you got to let us monetize this content.
Well, I would say half of those views are me over the past weekend trying to get a feel for this party also. So
Okay, well there you go. So basically,
numbers
we
are skewed.
doubled our views. I'm gonna have to check out the analytics, but
So
yeah.
how many Twitter followers does Tiny Batman have now?
It has 14 followers.
There you go.
Tiny
Moving
Batman.
on.
All 14 of those
Yeah.
people need to hear that last quote.
We're reaching.
that's why they followed you.
That's 14.
Malcolm Gladwell says we're closely reaching the tipping point before it goes viral.
You know what I like is the ones that I don't know who they are. So most of these people I know, right? You know, and then but there's like one guy that is like, who is this guy? that follows us?
It's like the guy that answers the phone when you call the Microsoft's like health line. It's like Vikram something. And he's just following you.
Just follow. Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah.
all
My
right,
name
we
is
got it.
Dave. Like, no, it isn't. Your name's not Dave. Don't lie to me.
No, my name is Steve.
My name is Dave. How may I help you?
Okay, so
his name is always Bob. I don't know where this Dave comes from, but my name is Bob.
you know what I
There's
really like.
no one at
about-
Microsoft named Bob anymore.
Yeah, it's all gone. What I really like is there are a lot of the players don't subscribe to the Twitter feed. So people who are in this campaign and living through this
Don't have Twitter.
don't have
We
Twitter.
don't need to.
Well, you got Chuck. You got to get
plausible
Twitter. You got it's the 20th century. They're
Yeah, I'm
quarantined.
sorry. I don't twat.
I don't really.
I need
either.
a
It's terrible.
plausible deniability.
Gotcha. All right, so you guys find various places and camp out essentially for the evening. Cook a little grub. This is a weird place. I mean, the sense of demons having bed here, and there's still a fair amount of demon corpses laying around due to your administrations. That I mean, you kind of like drag them away and pile them up in one room and stuff like that, just to keep them out of areas. But yeah, I mean, you guys were. I mean, there's about a lot of demons in here, and all through it, that cold fire of that portal just continues to roil, and and you're a little nervous. It's not a great night's sleep because you think at any moment the next batch of Naya Hydrian ore could be coming through that portal, and suddenly we've got a whole bunch more demons here. Maybe even Hepzibah herself.
Dibs on that too.
Dibs on that. So, so yeah, I mean, it's not a good night's sleep. You guys set a fair amount of precautions, but everybody sleeps uneasily in this place. But you do pass the night without any incident, and morning comes. Lothar, your spells come back. Bardos, I know that you probably didn't sleep. You were because you don't, but you probably spent some time studying, and doing all those kind of things. Farina as well. Your spells come back as well. So you guys, it is morning. It is morning on the world wound.
I'm going to do 3 remove curses.
All right. Do you want to do them like one at a time?
No, I mean as far as memorization is concerned.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm going to do 3 remove curses and 2 break enchantments because both of those can be converted to healing spells. And so there's not a whole lot of waste there.
Okay.
So, in the morning, move back over. Well, I guess I never moved my character, but move back over here to where the mummy is
Okay.
and do, remove
you're
curse.
gonna-
So D20 plus caster level against the DC of the curse affecting the target.
All right. So I know what the DC is.
Oh wait, Wes, can I do a supporting thing like we do in some skill checks?
I don't know that you can do. Well, yeah. In this case, I think of all the people here, you probably could. So, do you
You
have
want me
any
to try
sort of?
too?
I mean, what?
It's like
Thank you for your kind offer.
make interesting comments, or you should try going remove curse harder. That
Yeah.
kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, if you wanted to be in the room when Lothar
What
is
happened?
casting the remove curse and praying or doing some sort of chant to Iomade to try and, Iomade, bless this endeavor of the priest of Erastil, that kind of thing, that could help, certainly.
I'm there. Gives us
Okay,
plus
so
19, right?
first attempt, 22.
22. You go through the ritual of the remove curse, and Flashheart is praying away, but you can feel the necromantic energy. Your remove curse, if you're visualizing the spell, is sort of piercing into the body, and you see it beginning to sort of like knock out some of this necromantic energy, this black sort of magical core at the beginning of this body. It's not enough. There is those things heal, and you continue to concentrate, but it's not quite enough to drive out the necromantic energy that you're trying to remove.
Okay, so take 2.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay. Yes, even more so. You feel like the necromantic energy may have even strengthened a little bit in response to this assault, or that the person or creature that has cast that energy is now aware and is concentrating, trying to drive you back, trying to retain the body of Yaniel in her control.
Okay, so third for remove curse. 18, that's not enough.
Not quite enough. You frankly, your first one, you seemed like you got the best bite on it.
Yeah. All right, so then I guess we go to break enchantment because that's the only 2 I have left.
Okay. Flashheart, what are you doing, if anything?
Let's see. Well, I've been praying up a storm here, so I don't really have. I mean, besides laying on hands and trying to support or assist with his rolls, I thought that's what I was gonna do. Like it'd be a +2 to his rolls or whatever, right?
You suspect that may have been the case.
Okay,
If it's
that's what I was
spell-based, I can try to dispel magic. It might work. It just depends on what it is.
Would knowledge religions help me think of something that would be useful here? I don't have anything particular.
Sure, yeah, give it a do knowledge religion.
Oh, Iomade.
You suspect, remembering the reaction that you got when you tried to lay on hands before, that laying on hands might actually be beneficial in this case because, as Lothar tells you, it feels like whoever did this is now aware that you guys are trying to counteract it, and somehow over the distances or wherever that creature might be, is pouring more energy into the necromantic core. If you were to lay on hands at this point, that might provide sort of a distraction that would allow Lothar to really get in there and drive it out.
I will do that.
And of course, Gatto is wandering around aimlessly over the broken glass, trying to find stuff. So you can hear the crunch, crunch, crunch in the middle.
All right, so take 1 on break enchantment.
All right, so Flashheart, are you going to lay on hands
29.
at the same time?
Yes.
All right, so Flashheart lays on hands, and again, Flashheart, you get that black energy is leaching towards you, forcing the lay on hands out. But then you hear Lothar doing break enchantment, and you can hear him chanting to Erastil and this kind of stuff. And the next thing you know, there's this big bulge of necromantic energy, and then it's like it just completely disappears. You're thrown backwards. Lothar, you're thrown backwards about 5 feet. Neither of you are knocked off your feet or anything, but it's like it's almost like when somebody teleports, there's that little pop of air as air rushes back into the thing. When this necromantic energy is released, it's almost like a rubber band snapping, that kind of thing. The husk,
Lothar screaming, may the power of Erastil command you.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. He's like, be gone, unclean spirit. You guys are like, Lothar was like, I think it worked. And you, Flashheart, you're the closest. You look over and you see, instead of a husk, instead of a mummy-like desiccated creature, you see what looks to be the body of a young woman. She seems to be perfectly still. And then you see her chest kind of like go up in a breath, and you can see that she is alive, but she seems to be grievously close to death.
Kill her.
Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to finish her off, now would be the time because she's
Now's the
completely
time
defenseless.
Now's the time for the worm.
Think
Poke her
about
with the
I will-
stick.
I will pour on my lay on hands energy and Iomede's finest, and then I will turn her over to the specialist here.
Okay. All right. So you pour on. Go ahead and roll lay on hands.
Okay.
And after she gasps, she says, "Don't touch me there."
You can take your hand off my boob now, sir.
We're going to have an HR meeting. I can see it coming.
So I guess consent isn't important in this.
Hey,
lab.
don't
I guess,
probably not have to bring in HR. Everybody knows that Iomedeans are great boob clutchers of yore. Go ahead and roll the lay on hands.
Yep. I just I do this so infrequently. I had to refresh myself on the old lay on hands. So 1d6 for every 2 levels, right?
Yep.
So 2.
How many did you do?
Come on. 15.
15 points. All right. So you get her, you drag her out of the thing and throw her on. Well, no. Let's rephrase. You gently pick her up and lay her onto the bed, and you can see that she is. The 15 helped a lot, but you can see she is still unconscious, breathing heavily, and seems to be breathing steadily. She's still very much unconscious.
Okay. I will make a sweeping gesture over to the specialist. All yours, sir. What can you do
when we summon this wizard to take care of the lab, are they able to take her back with them?
Potentially, sure. Why not? I mean, they're just using teleport, basically. You're using the stone they gave you as both a communication device and as a locus for the wizard to be able to find you guys.
Find us and teleport. You're right.
Yeah.
I thought that's why Thomas and Eric were hanging around here. One of them's about to assume her the PC.
I admit nothing and never will.
Okay, so at this point, in my sort of healer opinion, she seems alive.
She's alive.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to do a maximized cure crit, 42 points.
42 points. Boom, shaka. All right, so hold on, I got to do math here. I'm not good at it. So you do that, and slowly you can see her eyes start to flutter. She's still laying. She's essentially just laying on this bed. She's terribly weak as far as you can do. You want to give me a quick medicine check.
Oh man, we missed our opportunity. I should have been the one that greeted her.
Yeah, all you need is more girlfriends.
Yeah. Well, and
him being a drow.
Yeah, that way she can open her eyes first and go, "Oh, look, there's a drow."
There's a drow.
All right,
the friendliest of all the evil elves.
Hang on a second. I'm doing.
The only thing worse would have been a half-elf caravan guard.
Yeah, we need more diversity in this party. I'm going to come back as a lizard man.
So a 21 on the heal check.
So 21, you get the impression she is, you suspect she's conscious, although she's sort of, her eyes have fluttered a little bit and she's closed. You get the impression that she only spends just a few moments of consciousness. She has been deprived magically of a lot of things for a long time. So as you sort of like do a quick sort of visual examination, you can see that in some cases her her muscle tone is very low. She's atrophied. There's no fat on her. She's alive, and she is out of immediate danger of death, but she's very weak and frankly very sick.
So based on that heal check, would I think that it's just more healing that's necessary? Or would I think,
probably she needs some time to sort of recover.
Or would I think a restoration would help?
Restoration probably would help, in your medical opinion.
Well, I have that spell memorized. I just need to see exactly what it does.
Nice.
Is it lesser or regular or greater?
It's regular, so it restores level and ability.
Level and ability drain.
Yeah, it dispels temporary negative levels or one permanent negative level.
Okay.
If this spell is used to dispel a permanent negative level, it has a material component of diamond dust worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay. Do you
This
have the
spell-
diamond dust on you?
I do, but it's because I have 5,000 to get back the other guy.
Okay. Actually, at this point, Bardos might speak up and say, we found some diamond dust in the stockroom.
Shut up.
Restoration cures all temporary ability damage, and it restores all points permanently drained from a single ability score. Your choice if more than one is drained.
In your medical opinion, you think that could be helpful. It could be that she's suffering from level drain. It could be she's suffering from, either ability drain or multiple ability drains. If that's what it does, it could easily be helpful.
Yeah, it also eliminates fatigue or exhaustion. So I'm going to cast restoration.
Okay.
12 gold piece or 12,000 gold piece alchemical supplies left.
Yep. So amongst them would have been 1,000 gold pieces worth of diamond dust. So now it's 11,000 gold pieces in the hole. So, but yes, there was enough. So you cast restoration, and she again, her eyes start to flutter, and in this time you see her eyes kind of open. There's a lot of roominess to her eyes, an unhealthy yellow cast, and she looks at you, Lothar, and she looks at Flashheart, and she kind of looks at Flashheart funny because she can see that he is bearing the symbol of Iomade, and then she says to you, Lothar, she's like, "Do you have any water?"
I can make 20 gallons. Open up.
Sploosh! Water, you say?
And HR shows up again.
Why are you waterboarding the newly restored paladin? God dang it. No, yeah. So obviously we have supplies. And at this point, I've done as much magically as I can, so I'll just start to tend to her normally.
Okay. So she ultimately, after a couple of minutes, you give her water and that kind of stuff, she starts to sit up, and she's asking questions to you guys like, where am I? And you're like, she's like, where am I? And she's looking at Flashheart specifically. She goes, who are you? Are you of the Crusade?
I am Flashheart of Iomade's finest paladins, yada, yada, yada.
You might want to tell her how long she's been out of it.
Yeah, well, we don't actually know how long she's been out of it, but we've been fighting on this twisted plane for how long have we been out here, Les, since we first made it move from Connecticut?
Just tell her the year it is.
Tell her what year it is.
What year and what month it is, yeah.
It is the year of the limping coyote. I have no idea what year.
Hold on, I'll get it for you. I have all of this.
It's Stardate 413.
Stardate. Captain's log.
Never makes sense.
Just play her back to Captain's log.
All right, master calendar. Here we go. So,
we're gonna give you a montage of our
you guys. So the fall of Kenebris occurred on August 16th, 4717. They don't call it August; they call it Eridus. And today, as you guys are in this place, would be, and you've been here for a couple of days, so today is, it's been about 3 months. So you're just getting ready to enter December.
Okay, so I'll catch her up with where we are, how we got here, and how Queen Galfrey has sent us on a particular mission to this particular. Since I don't know if she's fully,
she's asking like questions. She's like 4717. I remember nothing. It was 4714 when last I drew breath. That kind of thing. She's been out for a while.
Yeah.
But it coincides.
What her last memories are.
Yeah, it coincides with her leaving Kenebris. So you can remember that she. She actually she returned to Kenebris. There was this is in the Fourth Crusade. So she had taken on a new thing. She had given radiance to Irabeth Tirablade and had moved back out into the world. And this is about 3 or 4 years ago. So she's a little bit flummoxed. And then you tell her, Canebras has fallen, but Dresden has been retaken, and she's just goggle-eyed. She's like, I have been away so long. What happened to me? She goes, and she'll tell you the last thing that she remembers is that her and her cadre, she had a group of Iomedan knights and crusaders with her, probably about 40 guys. And they were basically, wild-assing around the world wound, fighting battles and generally being pains in the asses to the demon armies. Now the last thing she remembers is being in a fight with a skirmishing group of Vroks and Vrok riders and some various other demons, and that they were winning, and then you could see her struggling to try to remember. She's like, and something happened, and everything went black until. Now then I woke and I see you two dopes standing over me, and you're bearing my sword, the sword that I gave Irabeth. Does Irabeth still live?
That's when I walk in and say, "No, he's making this all up."
Yeah.
We're a bunch of polyforth demons, and we're just here to taunt you.
That's a cheap imitation of the sword. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got this in Canebras. They have them all over the place. You can get them for like 50 gold pieces.
You're just giving them away.
Is what's her name alive still? No.
Yeah.
Irabeth is.
Irabeth, Cureblade. Yeah.
She is now the warden of Dresden.
Right. I forgot. We're old pals.
Yeah, so you would tell her, yes, Irabeth still lives.
We fought side by side in the ruins of Canebras, yada yada.
And then she's like, the ruins of Canebras,
yada.
And you have to tell her all that story. So yeah, I mean, for a couple of hours, she's asking you questions. She's hearing the stories of things that you tell. Lothar, she's still very weak. She's in no condition to fight. Even if she had a weapon, she's in no condition to fight. The restoration went a long way to helping her out, but she's just simply been debilitated by having spent, as you guys sort of ascertain, at least 3 years and potentially longer than that, filled with this demonic necromantic energy. Somehow, Minago was using this for because you remember when you first saw Minago, she looked like Yaniel. So there's some sort of like demonic magic going on. You're not really sure how it works, but you suspect that this Minago had done something to Yaniel to create this sort of mummified creature. It's very physically debilitating. But now it does go on. You guys are doing detect magic. You guys are doing detect evils. Everything seems to be on the up and up. And you do, and frankly, Flashheart, you believe this is Yaniel.
Okay. Well, we will do our best to, put right. I will let her know about Minago and, let her know that we'll be on a path soon that I'll keep an eye out for her.
So she doesn't recognize the name. She doesn't, when you describe her.
So it's not an arch enemy or something, just some chump.
Yeah. So she doesn't recognize the name. She's like, what'd she look like? And you're like, well, she kind of looked like you. And she's
a lot like
that's
you.
Insane. I'm me, that.
I was just thinking that, if Yaniel or the Minago as Yaniel and her gear, her good gear, had her tether snapped somewhere, she was wearing all lawful good gear. That couldn't have felt really good. That would be a fast undressing party.
Well, so here's the thing. You guys saw Yaniel, which you now believe was Minago, go into this room. The room was locked from the inside, but Minago is not here. So a lot of these, Lothar will tell you in Flashheart, you guys know by now that a lot of these demons can teleport,
right.
That kind of thing. And your guess is that Minago, seeing the battle go badly, decided to frickin' hoof it. So she may still be alive. Remember, Minago's problem, and Mutas often told you this, Minago's problem was that she was the one who was supposed to be in charge of the Wardstone, cracking the Wardstone with the Nihydrian crystal weapon. But you guys fucked all that up. So she had been on the outs with Hepzibah for a while. And so this whole idea of running the refinery was supposed to be her way back into Hepzibah's good graces, by successfully doing all this. Now you guys have fucked this up. So
basically, she's Ty.
She's Thai, yeah.
Yes.
Good
So-
luck, Minago, kind of thing.
She's not Yaniel's mortal enemy. She's our new mortal enemy.
Well, she
Yeah.
certainly has a couple of reasons to not like you guys.
Right.
You have screwed up now two
Not-
of her biggest projects.
Not like is probably, yeah.
So in theory, at this point, I don't know if we need to rest again. I think everybody's rested except for me, and I'm down a handful of spells I used to try to break this. But so at this point, are we ready to call in the wizard and go through the gate and try to
Yep.
crash it from the other side?
I am.
Yep.
All right. So how do you guys go about this? You guys are going to have to probably go into you. So here's the thing, and the way it's been explained to you is you have this like brass plate with etchings and runes on it, and these plates are from this book that Queen Galfrey's guys found, and basically they're saying, look, if we have one guy on one side with one page of the book, and you guys on the other side, you can permanently close the portal. The problem is you guys are going to be on the other side.
Right.
So, but from your point of view, that's okay because you guys are supposed to, after you close, so you've effectively completed one of the jobs that Queen Galfrey gave you, which was to ruin the refinery. The refinery's ruined. You've killed everybody. There's not going to be any more Nihydrian stuff coming through here. Now you close the portal that keeps the demons from coming through here and rebuilding everything, which is a good thing. So you can close the portal. But then you have to, the other two things that Queen Galfrey wanted to do was to find the mine and put a stop to that. And try and sow discord amongst the demons, especially Nocticula, the leader of the Midnight, the sort of overlord of the Midnight Isles, who is not super keen on a lot of this world wound stuff. And you guys were sort of like, maybe we can get her attention and cut a deal so that she doesn't get on Hepzibah's side, because Hepzibah and Aurelius Vorlesh have been trying to get Nocticula to sort of give them a license to mine in the Midnight Isles to get more and more of this Nihydrian shit out of the ground. But so far she's resisted that because she doesn't, she's an enemy of Baphomet, first of all, Nocticula is. So she doesn't like Hepzibah to begin with. And she's never been really sort of all about this whole world thing. So hold that thought.
We need to go tell on them.
Point of order number 1.
Okay.
No more making deals with demons.
Okay, fair.
Okay, you guys will be going back on that pretty quickly.
I'm done.
Hold that thought. I'll be right back.
I made my one deal. That's pretty much all I need.
Yes. Stop it. You're making deals with people who will keep the deal as long as it is to their benefit. And
Right,
the minute
it
isn't, we'll try to eat you.
So Fletcher asks, even if I have no intention of keeping the deal?
Yes.
We're all lawful good characters. I think.
No, well,
I'm not.
Fletcher's not.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Actually,
the
I'm
point.
not lawful good.
Well, yeah. What about old Gato there?
Yeah.
God, not.
Pickpocketing the corpses while you guys were sleeping. I don't mean to rat you out. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm not a.
They
knew
don't
he
need
was-
help in them not trusting me.
We knew he
I'm sorry,
was
he's a-
doing that.
I heard he was a great guy though. Super cool.
I'm a single caravan guard.
If you guys have a softball team, he can throw a really good curveball. That's that guy. So
Yeah, super cool, chaotic,
As
evil
long as-
caravan guard.
Yeah, as long as Farina's here, we're safe. She's
Yeah.
she knows all
He's
the sees all with Gato. She's his kryptonite.
But say
Hey,
the
Les,
thing about
when I
the
read-
thing about the deal with Noctilay and the rest of them, we don't need to make a deal with her. We can just tell her that they're going behind her
We
back.
just need to tell
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, stop making deals with demons. No more deals. That's our HR meeting. No more deals with demons. Stop it. Especially you, Dan. I mean,
Especially you, Dan.
the deal with demons is you
Not-
kill them.
That's a good Twitter quote there. No more deals with demons, especially you, Dan.
That's why you have the big hammer.
Kill the demons. Got it.
Yes. The deal is they die horribly.
well, if you guys have any like Green Beret specialty classes, you could set up like a counterinsurgency. That works most times. And
There you go.
That sounds a lot like making a deal with demons. Go away, Thomas.
Okay, well, I retract my statement.
No more. No
I just
more.
want to say that demon lives matter. So
Yes, yes. Everyone you take matters.
Pretty much.
Everyone's an extra point.
So Lothar, you guys are finding, has really embraced the Crusader ethos. You know, in some cases, much more so than some of you, Dan. So
I am not a crusader, by the way.
nope,
But
just a
stop-
happy-go-lucky
Stop
Aristotelian priest.
entering into deals with used car salesmen. You
And
should have learned that by the time you're about 17 or 18, and that first deal went really shady.
Any guy that's wearing a checkered suit, don't even talk to him.
Yeah,
You learn that the hard way.
Just murder him. It'll be all
Yeah,
right.
just axe to the forehead. It's done.
Hey guys, what's going on? What's it going to take for me to put you in a deal with a demon today?
Splat. Yeah. Hammer to the face.
All right, so what do you guys do? So I see that Lothar and Siggy and a couple of guys are there near the thing. So again, this is a huge wall. So the ceiling in the machine room is probably 40 feet high, and this thing basically takes up this big red thing takes up essentially all of it, and it's this very it doesn't make any sound, but it looks like flames kind of rolling in on each other. You remember when you were in college and you sprayed Lysol or whatever on the ceiling and lit it, and it did
What
that
college
kind of like
did you go to?
I must have missed that one.
You went to con college.
Pyromaniacs,
You learn a lot in college.
you never lit the ceiling of your dorm room on fire?
No.
So
Okay.
who has I think it's Bardos has whatever it is we need to call the wizard.
The plate, yeah, it's basically a plate from that book that Queen Galfrey had found.
Right.
Are there any
so-
unsolved arsons at your previous college? We should check into.
Those
Just
records
that
are
of a
sealed,
refrigerator.
my friends. Those records
Les-
are sealed by the
Les
court.
would like to plead the fifth while he can.
3
Oh,
words.
I
Statute
admitted-
of limitations.
I admitted to my petty larceny of my college fridge. So
Of the
last
fridge.
night, yep, told the story of my college fridge. But you guys know that, right? I know those of you who were there yesterday know that. You guys know I stole my college fridge from college, right?
I was there.
No.
And then 7 years later, they found me and charged me $70, and I was so impressed the fact that they were able to find me. I paid them the $70 for the fridge, and I still have the fridge.
Like, hey, good job. Yeah, you guys won.
They got me. It's like they Sherlocked that shit right onto me.
Did they hire the Columbia Music House guy to find you?
No, man, but they had like it was like Perry Mason and Columbo working on the fridge thing. All right, so what are you guys gonna do? So you got this giant wall, this red, looks like fire, but it doesn't give off any heat, and even I think
send
Gatto.
Storm through it first, because if it harms Storm, she
we
just
need-
comes back tomorrow.
We need to summon the wizard first.
Yeah, send Storm through.
Nobody said the D word.
The dragon.
Wait a second. There you go. Okay, so Gatto makes a good point, Ilindar, that if Storm is destroyed by this, you guys could just resummon her tomorrow.
I'll feel bad, but
I say we send Gatto through first.
Gatto's more than willing to go through second, depending on what Storm happens to Storm.
Well, I'm ready to go first, but
Storm will go.
But we still, before anybody goes through the thing, we need to summon the wizard, and we need to make sure that we can get assistance for the weakened paladin in the bed in the southwest.
Okay, go ahead and summon the wizard.
All right, so you guys pull out that stone and you're like, this is Refinery calling Dresden. Come in, please. And you hear some crackly shit on the other end. It's like, yeah, we're ready to go ahead and shut down the portal. We've got one to go back to Dresden. Over. And so pretty soon you take that stone and you put it on the ground, and the next thing you know, after just a minute or two, you see the wizard teleports in, and he has the book. He's got a couple of guys with him. To your eyes, probably bodyguards, just to make sure he's not going into something, like that you guys didn't jump the gun and there's still enemies about. So he looks around and he's like, what's the status? But he looks up at the portal. He's like, well, there's the portal. How is the refinery? Have you accomplished what you needed to?
Well, look around. Does it look like rubble?
He's not sure what it's
body count.
he's not sure what it's supposed to look like. So, but yeah, there's a lot of broken glass
everything's
around.
accomplished.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. And then you guys, I'm assuming, tell him about Yaniel. He's like, oh my God, because he knows who she is. He's like, you, his guys, go get her. And so they run over there, and they begin to like pack her up and bring her.
Yeah.
They need to get
No,
her
they're
back
not
to
doing
Dresden.
They're going to exfiltrate her back to Dresden. So he's like, are you? He's like, so he's got the thing. He's like, are you ready to do this? Are you ready to go into the abyss?
Yep.
All right.
We're gonna hype each other up.
Go through the portal onto the other side. The spell can't be done. All right. So you guys gingerly step through.
Do you see Storm on the other side?
You do. Storm steps through. And then followed by Lothar. Lothar steps through, and you guys realize that, I mean, you don't feel anything. It looks like you're stepping through a huge wall of roiling fire, but there's no heat. There's no feeling at all. There's no, and it's weirdly kind of disappointing is the wrong word, but you expected to feel something, some sort of displacement, some sort of discussion, but it's just like you crossed a threshold and now you're somewhere else. You don't feel like you've gone anywhere. You don't feel like you've been teleported or anything like that. You just find yourself on the other side. There is actually, and I wanted to bring this up. There is actually, and Lothar, I move down a square if you would.
No, I'm sorry.
There's actually a dead body of one of those flying demons right there, sort of like on the other side. And I don't know if you guys even remember, but during the battle, you blasted one out of the sky, and it went through the thing and landed here. So there he is. I mean, he's just sort of lying there and sort of.
There's a body you haven't searched yet, Gato.
Okay. Who's going to be doing the ceremony? I'm assuming maybe Bardos?
Yeah, I assume we need a wizard to do that.
There's a ceremony?
This look like a mine, Les? I mean, does this look like where we need to go?
It does. Well, it's certainly a cave. And it does seem to be sort of rough-hewn. And I don't know. Give me a perception check. Was that a perception check, Farina?
Yeah, it's for Otto to see if he hears anything down the hall too, down that tunnel.
He doesn't hear anything, but there's a lot of noise going on. So no, you guys don't see anything, but any creatures. There doesn't seem to be anybody in here. But it definitely has indications. So it's kind of like being on the inside of a geode. Now, your guess is, I mean, there's some areas that seem to have been mined, but not so much in this room right here. But there are sort of crystal spikes coming out of the walls and things like that. Again, it's like this weird sort of geode kind of thing. You do not think that they are Nihydrian crystals just sticking out of here. They would be very valuable if they were. They look to be just other kinds of weird, sharp-ass crystals coming out of the walls. There are some indications that there was some mining done in here. Not a lot.
So, Bardos is going to handle the closing of the gate.
Crystals.
Okay.
As far as you're concerned, Gato, these are the most amazing crystals ever. Put them all in your pocket.
I start taking them all.
All right.
Gato can't even walk. His pockets are so full.
So the guy that nothing to see here. All right. So basically, the wizard tells you, Bardos, this is how we do it. You're going to have to concentrate to maintain a spell effect. But as long as each of us holds up a page, no other particular skill is needed. The ritual begins with one of the pages being stuck into the rift, at which point the rift begins to shudder and darken. And you hear from the other side, the wizard yell out, Bardos, put your page in the rift.
That's what she said.
I'll do that.
Hey, that's Doug. Hey, Doug.
Hey, buddies.
All right, so Bardos, the moment your page goes in there, and the guy is on the other side, so the pages are maybe 8 feet apart, but you can feel this like energy is sort of like drawing on, and you have to hold on to yours to keep it from like shooting across there like a magnet. The the wall begins to shudder and turn black, and you can see it sort of like this twisting sort of curls of like smoky blackness that are coming off of the two things. And they're like, we have to hold it. The wizard says, we have to hold this for approximately 1 minute to bring down the portal. And then you hear a voice in Abyssal say, you don't have a minute. And materializes over by Gatto and Flashheart, a creature which I will describe to you. A towering, corpulent beast. This fiend has a hideous head of a boar and arms ending in fat, four-fingered hands. It's a huge, some sort of demon. You do not believe that you've seen one of these before.
Okay, first off, I attempt to make a deal.
Son of
Game show? Les, is that what you're running here? Is a game show?
Add him to the party. Add him to the party.
Yeah. Hey, can we cut a deal?
All right. So this thing also gives off an aura. Flashheart, you feel it immediately, a sense of unholiness that seems to just come off of it in these horrifying waves. And it comes out. I'm just going to give you a quick aura to show where it is, that aura. So this aura is just roiling off of it, and you can see in the green area a sense of unholiness. It feels like it would protect them from attacks, maybe grant them resistance from spells by good creatures, and weakening good creatures when they strike.
Goody.
Let's go ahead and roll for initiative, because you guys are in a position where Bardos has to hold that thing for 1 minute, 10 rounds, while you guys attack this thing. So let's get that initiative going.
Do I need to do initiative, Wes, or am I pretty much stuck home?
You're concentrating on holding this thing. You have to concentrate. So you are sort of out of this one.
Oh, I made a decent roll for once.
But you guys have to protect him because you think that this guy's going to try and get at Bardos and fuck this up. All right.
Farina, put some arrows in his eye.
I will do my best.
All right. Who am I missing? I got Fletcher, I got Gatto, I got Ilendar, Lothar.
Oh crap! I'm sorry.
Did you do it?
I didn't do mine in the right spot, I don't think.
Yeah, I rolled mine. It's 18.02, but I forgot to click on myself, so it didn't automatically go in.
Mine's not automatically added either. Thus, I get 16.
All right,
It's the highest roll.
Farina, what'd you
The
get?
highest.
18?
Yeah.
Wow, a bunch of amateurs.
16 might be the highest roll I've done in like
We never
5
done this
years.
before.
Okay. Lothar, what'd you get?
18.02.
1802. And Farina, did you? I just accidentally deleted you. You got an 18 as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Doug, real quick.
Yeah.
In case I saw you sent me an email. I haven't looked at it yet, but I don't have a phone until at least Wednesday. So
Did you drop it in the toilet?
no, it just stopped.
Again.
Well, again, yeah.
You know,
I heard
my
if you put it in a bag of rice during the night, Asians will come and fix it because they're attracted to the rice.
Oh, now that's not racist at all.
I'm sorry. It's a Navy joke. I'm sorry. I forget that I'm not in the Navy anymore. I'm very sorry. I apologize to everyone who's Asian here.
Bardos, so Bardos, you are effectively out of this combat. You're basically concentrating on keeping the thing closed. But first things first, Gatto, you are up. You are in this area of unholiness, and so not feeling too good about that. What do you do?
I don't need a saving throw per se right now, though, right?
No. It acts. It's an unholy order. Essentially, it acts a little bit like protection from good, only better.
Cool, because it doesn't affect me at all.
I know.
As a free action, I tell Flashheart to flank with me. I think if Flashheart stands here and I move to here, we will be flanking a little bit, right?
Yes. It's a huge creature.
Right.
So right here, you want me to?
Yeah, that's what I want you to do.
Over here.
Fucking
Right
asshole.
here, okay.
Oh, God.
Stab Flashheart.
Flashheart, it's not your turn yet. You can't
Yeah,
be
you're
moving.
right.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
move back
Go
to
back.
here.
We're reaching my midnight hour, so I'm starting to phase out.
I got you. We're close.
I'm focused.
All right, Gatto. So you move over there, you yell, Flashheart, get over there and flank him. And then you move
Yeah.
over to there.
And then I attack. I'm not
Okay.
flanking or anything yet. Don't. He hasn't moved. So do I have sneak attack, or does he know it already? So he's not really
Yeah, he didn't have a turn yet, so he should be flat-footed.
But
He's well, I mean, you can't just like he just teleported in.
he was
Right,
aware
so
that
he's
we're here
flat-footed.
though.
Yeah, he was aware you guys were there.
So he's not flat-footed, right?
Correct.
Well, no, he's always flat-footed until he gets his first turn.
Not. He was aware of us. Normally, yes. In a combat, when you roll initiative, everyone's like, "Okay, now what do we do?" But he already had the jump on us, kind of.
Yeah,
He
he didn't
actually
get
made
a
one move
surprise
where he
round, but he
teleported
knew
in
you
and
guys
told
were
us.
here.
Right.
All right.
He waited until frankly, he waited until the ritual of the paradox ritual was being undertaken, so that because he thinks if he can disrupt it, or he suspects if he can disrupt it, then it will fuck up the books, and then you guys won't be able to finish it. All right, 14 is a miss.
But 27?
Second, so here's the thing. Even if you get a natural 20 and don't
It's
make it
always a hit.
armor class, yeah, it's always a hit. All right, never mind. So go ahead and try to confirm the crit.
And Mike, I sent you a little note on the chat through Zoom.
Okay, so the second one this time was 10, so I don't.
10. Do not confirm, but you will get. So what
I don't
is it?
see anything on Zoom.
You do get exploding dice. So roll another D10.
Okay, so another D10. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
Is there another Mike in the group?
Nope, I see it now.
Oh, I was going to say, what? I only saw one Mike.
7.
I never
Okay,
looked
so
to Zoom
19.
for that stuff.
So
So.
19.
Well, I know. I'm just, my group ended early, so I was wanted to see what the professionals are doing.
Okay,
Well,
there you go.
they
You
left
did,
early, and we
He
showed
came
up.
to the wrong place.
so you did stab him, and you did do some damage, but it's not a lot. He it's kind of like you managed to get a scratch on him, but man, this guy has some juice.
It was like Aragorn stabbing the troll in the foot just to get him off of him, kind of a.
Now, Flashheart will be using Smite Evil, right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe he should save it for
A raining day?
yeah, a more.
I don't think it rains under here in the cave.
Maybe enable his celestial weapon.
Well, first I'm going to double check that he's evil, and
All right. Are you of good alignment?
Who?
You.
No.
okay. There's a freeze frame. Everybody stops.
You wanna
and
just send me a
stares over
message?
Gatto.
I already said no.
You already said no?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, you don't have any problems with the unholy aura in that regard. Okay. Illidar, you're up.
Okay, so I slap a spell on Storm.
Okay. I'm sorry. You say you slap a spell on her?
Yeah, really. He's getting a little violent. You got a violent crowd here, Les. I'm a little.
Yeah. He's actually going to jump to right here.
Molded them to crave violence. Okay.
No kidding.
What is Storm's alignment?
Good.
Okay.
Ish.
What's that? Oh, that's okay.
Les,
Lothar coming in. Yep.
I'm going to use my got your back feat
Okay. What is that?
as an immediate action. Once a round, I can use an attack of opportunity to aid a flanking ally.
Okay.
So
Storm is flanking.
Huh?
Storm is flanking.
Storm is flanking. I'm going to aid Storm, so he gets +2 on his first attack.
Okay.
He does?
Yes.
Do you automatically aid? Or do
Um,
you have to do something?
I mean, what does that look like? No, step left. No, rotate your shoulders. No, pull your
Find the
hips
dance
forward.
move. Come on. Hey, Macarena.
You gotta square up.
I don't automatically aid. I have to do a DC of 10 in my attack. So let me roll an attack.
All right. You get more than
That's got to be more
plus. You got plus 12.
Yes.
Okay, that's probably okay then. Yeah, no, you managed to squeak out an aid. All right, so yes, +2. Storm gets +2 on her first attack, or her only attack in this case.
+4 because she's flanking too. So
Okay, but she only gets one attack, right? Is she
Just
gonna
one
bite
attack.
him?
yeah,
You.
that's what she does.
Yeah, I know.
So that's at +4.
Ooh, 29 plus 4 is, or is that built in?
33.
So it's 33.
33 will hit. 29 points of damage plus 5 holy damage. What spell did you give her?
Nothing has to do with that.
Okay. So
I
that
gave her mage armor.
mage
I'm sorry,
armor.
not
Okay.
mage armor. I gave her shield.
Okay.
So 34 points.
Got it. Okay. I have removed it.
And then I'm moving over to.
It looks at Storm with a growl. "Oh, what have you done?" All right, so you're going over there under Siggy.
Yep.
Okay. All right. It's its turn, and it turns to Storm. And is going to do Dispel Magic can send Storm back home, right?
No.
No?
But dismissal can.
No, wait a second. It says if an object or creature that is the effect of an ongoing spell, such as a summon monster spells in the area, apply the dispel check to end that spell of the conjured creature, returning it from whence it came. It seems like it would be applying here.
That would work then.
She is not considered for parts like that. She's not considered a summoned creature.
Now, this is a greater Dispel Magic. Does that matter?
If you look at the Eidolon, it'll basically say that banishment's about the only thing that can send her back.
Okay. All right. So he's probably not going to do that then. What is he going to do?
But banishment does work on her like, it would a
Like
demon.
normal,
on our
okay.
plane.
Like anything. Okay. So he is going to. He's going to do that. He's going to call lightning down on Storm.
Okay.
And it's going to throw big 30-foot-long bolts of lightning that come down and hit her. And there does seem, this is a large cave, tall cave, there does seem to be like weird sort of demonic storm clouds that materialize overhead. Hold on a second. Okay, so, and it is going to come right on down. He gets 2 each round. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so yeah, he's going to blast Storm. I'm just going to put in a little area. This is a recurring kind of thing, so I'm going to put where that light. I'm going to put a little area of effect template where that lightning goes. And it is. Let me hold on. I want to check one kind of thing. I want to see. It is a 5 foot wide. Okay, so he is going to move it. Let's go ahead and do that. Where is my circle? All right, let's try a different one. Okay, for some reason. There we go. All right, so it's going to be the blue circle, and it's going to be, I'm going to put it right on top of Storm. Kabang! She gets a reflex save for half damage unless she has evasion, in which case that would be no damage. I don't know. Does she have evasion? I hope not.
Does have evasion.
She does?
Yes.
Well, that is bogus, man.
Well, have to make the save, though.
So the DC is 18.
She made it.
Not super tough. She made it. So, all right, I'm not going to roll damage then because that would be lame. But she does that, and the lightning kind of disappears, but you see that storm roiling around overhead, and it looks like it's going to shoot more lightning. Lothar, you are up.
I'm going to cast prayer.
Okay.
All of my allies get a +1 luck bonus on attack, damage, save, and skill. My foe takes a -1 penalty on such rolls.
Okay.
Which one was it? I'm sorry.
Prayer.
Prayer.
Thank you.
You've got nothing but prayer. You haven't got a prayer.
And then Siggy's going to move here.
All right.
And
I get. By the way, if you want that to affect me,
yeah,
he has.
you get spell resistance.
Okay, so you have to beat his spell resistance. So give me a roll with your caster level, just D20 with caster level. 20. You did not affect him with that. Everybody else gets it, but he is not unduly. He doesn't get the negatives.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And did you move?
Yes.
Farina.
Farina is going to cast Gravity Bow on her bow, but
Okay.
she's flipping out because OCD Jennifer doesn't like change very much, and I guess I was gifted with a great bow, but it's replaced my old trusty bow that I really liked, my holy bow.
Okay.
So I'm flailing for a minute. But I do just a quick question on this +3 bow. The +3, does that make it
+3 to hit, +3 damage.
Yep.
But I don't have to use
It's not +3 damage. It's only +3 to hit. If it's a composite, it will give.
Oh,
right. That's right. Yeah. If it's composite.
It is composite. It's a composite. It's an elven composite bow. But Jennifer, you're right. That holy bow that you had is probably better than that. So you
that holy bow was also we would have made it a composite with whatever your strength was.
Right, we did.
Because we custom ordered that bow.
Okay, it's
so it's
gone.
a +2 holy composite bow, Jennifer. It's not gone. It's there. You just have to click on your weapons and it'll drop down and you can choose it. It's
okay. Then for now, I'm just going to do gravity bow and I'll look for my bow. I'm fumbling for a bow, but I'm when I find it, I'm going to.
So your damage is 46 plus whatever your strength is then.
6. It was 46 plus 6. That would
Okay, then yeah.
Well, that's dexterity bonus, though. Would that be right, Mike?
No, but you might have other things being a hunter that I'm not aware of. So
Yeah.
So it's 46 plus 6 and 2d6. That's holy damage.
It was +6. I remember that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. For now, I'm just rolling gravity bow on myself.
And then you can still get one shot.
Oh, I do get a shot?
A single shot.
So are my pluses going to be the same? They're going to be one less than what's coming up right now, right?
It'll be one more because you got prayer.
Okay. So well, no, what's coming up right now is this +3, and that one's a +2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So with prayer, it's whatever
Okay.
you get to roll.
Okay. One shot. Whack.
Oh!
I'm
And
really thrown off here.
that is a confirmed fumble. Let's go to the chart.
Where's my bow? Gosh darn it.
Here we go. Ranged fumble.
You might be using the gravity bow anyway.
All right. Lost grip. This makes sense, actually, with all this going on. Lost grip. You can only take a move action next round.
At least you didn't shoot one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got lucky there.
Could have been worse.
So
All
spend
right.
this round just getting ready.
Farina, give me a perception check for Otto.
Didn't you cast a spell?
Me?
That one shot.
Oh, sorry. That was my bad.
She cast gravity.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Oh, you're right. Move action to draw, then in standard action to cast. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
don't. Never mind. You're fine. You just don't get a shot this time.
I'm a hot mess back here, guys. You don't know what the hell's going on with Farina, but she's a hot mess in the background. Swear word coming out of her mouth.
Otto thinks. Otto
was
thinks.
like, I didn't do anything.
Farina,
Just
Otto.
assumes you're yelling at him.
Farina, Otto thinks he saw something move in the other cave, up in the stalactites.
Okay, I'm sharing. We got company above in the next room. I holler that out.
All right.
I miss spider climb.
Farina.
And Otto hasn't moved yet, right? So I'm gonna bring him right here to flank anybody coming in this door.
Okay. All right. Flash heart.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
You wanted to try and get into flanking position, but now Storm is there, ruining the entire plan.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm here.
use some
Ready to
smite.
roll. Cast, smite evil.
Okay. Got it.
Which
Got it,
way
Bardos.
is my horde? Which way is my sword drawn to? Is it drawn towards Gato or the demon?
You know, it's hard to tell at this point. I mean,
Yeah. Radiance, lead me. Okay.
Radiance obviously is like, you know, around demons, you know, Radiance just like loses its shit.
You doing anything special with Radiance?
Yeah, I'm going my celestial weapon, smite evil, and got my prayer on. Is there something else I should be doing?
Well, I don't know what celestial power
Not
you're
celestial,
using, but as long as it's okay.
Yeah, it's just my whatever affinity to a +2.
Okay.
Here we go. Boom.
Ooh, nat 20! Go ahead and roll to confirm that thing.
Natty 20.
26, no confirm, but
Wait,
you do get
is that with the +1 for prayer?
That's with the +1 for prayer.
And
No
how about the smite evil?
It's not going to matter. Wait,
How about the
maybe it
smite
won't
evil?
matter.
Smite evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smite evil, you get a bunch.
So
Your first attack? Well,
Oh,
Yeah, is
base
smite
attack
evil
is
factored
9.
in there?
hang on. Base attack is 9, +3 for radiance, right? +1 for prayer.
Oh, that's all in there
Plus-
already.
plus-
Okay.
+4 for the smite evil, right? That's because that's a 4 for my charisma. +2 for the weapon affinity, whatever.
I'm proud of you, Matt. I think it's right.
So it's all in there. Okay, good job.
It only took me 5 years.
all right, so that being the case, it was an unconfirmed crit, but you do get exploding dice, so go ahead and roll damage. And because it's
Okay.
Radiance, this damage seems to pass through the substantive DR that this guy has.
And because he's a paladin smiting
Smiting,
evil.
it doesn't matter. It passes through anyway.
Well, maybe it does, and maybe it doesn't. Maybe I know something about this particular demon that you guys don't.
He does get his bonus. Does he get his bonus damage against it?
No. What bonus damage?
Smite evil damage.
For
Smite evil damage?
dragons, demons, and undead, you get extra damage on your smite
Right.
evil the first hit.
He's
Yeah.
definitely a demon.
Yeah, but I have to remind myself what that is, unless you can tell me. I
You
had it
double
open
your
here.
damage bonus the first time.
All right, so.
You double your smite evil damage bonus.
All right, so that's going to be
Is that your level?
plus.
It's your level, so it'd be plus
Yeah.
18 on just that.
Plus everything else.
Right.
Yeah, so plus 18. I think it puts me at plus 32 then.
Okay.
I factored everything in. Here we go. So exploding dice.
No, you have to roll an 8 for it to explode.
By
Yeah,
one.
to roll an 8. You
All
got to
right,
lose it
right,
by
right.
1. 39 points. Okay, solid hit. And Radiance bites into the gut of this creature, and it lets out a bellow, and you can see it's like rearing back its hand to come and like swat you away next time it gets a chance. But yeah, that hurt. Fletcher, you're up.
I
Do
am
what pounds
pouncing.
do when it comes to demon.
Thank you, Lothar, for getting out of the way. I'm pouncing.
Okay.
Task number 1. Hold
So
on.
it has reach, so it gets an attack of opportunity on you
Sure, go ahead. It
as
makes
you
feel
pass
better.
through all of those things, all of those wide open squares. So here we go. Here's
Actually,
his-
if it got that, it should have. I guess it didn't take it on Storm.
did not take it on Storm.
Okay.
That would be a hit.
That would be a hit. And let's see, is 2d6 okay. I did not make any macros for this. I just don't.
And you call yourself a DM.
I just don't care anymore. 18 points of damage, and an additional 6 points. I need a fortitude. I need a fortitude save from. You haven't hit yet. I need a fortitude save from you, Flashheart.
What kind of save is it? Against what? Fear or courage or what is it?
It is. Hold on.
Say fear. Say fear.
It
say fear.
is. Well, it's because of. It's not a fear. It's because he's warded. So he's cutting through ward. So he still has to take. It's a fortitude save. It's not a fear effect or anything like that. It's because he's a warded creature.
Okay,
the
but
prayer,
what does it do if he fails those? What I'm trying to say.
He takes damage for hitting him.
Okay.
Okay.
None of your auras apply. Flashheart.
Okay. What's that?
None of your
None of my auras?
auras apply.
All right. Boo. All right, so let's see here. Just to remind myself, it's fort save.
Fort save, yeah.
All right. Does the prayer add to the fort save? I thought it did.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah. I'll take
Yes.
it.
Ooh,
16.
you did not make it. You get this feedback wave up radiance that does 3 points of damage to you from just hitting the creature. All right, now
That's
Fletcher,
nice to
you have
get.
been smacked. You got up close to him. Now what are you going to do?
Tickle with his feather there.
All right, attack 1.
Mm-hmm. That is a hit. Okay, 28 points of damage.
It is +3 and holy.
All right, so what now?
It's +3 and holy.
+3 and holy. Okay, so 28
There's
points
the
of
damage
damage.
resistance.
Gotcha. Okay. I need you to do a fortitude save.
So I have to do it every time I attack? Not
Yep.
just at the end?
Every melee strike.
Every time you hit him.
That's gonna so slow down the game. Okay, hold on.
So keep it handy.
Because then I gotta change
Oh.
all this stuff. And then I gotta change
You have a plus 20. Oh.
back again. Oh, that's a
Oh.
fail.
Ooh, that's it. All right, so you take, from that hit, you take 5 points of evil feedback damage up your thing from just hitting this creature.
Are you going to let go of the hammer and pin him?
No, because I want to swing again. I get a full attack.
Give me a quick intelligence check. Just roll a d20 and add your intelligence bonus.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Hey, Tom.
Hi, guys.
Everyone's stopping in.
15. So, Fletcher, you feel
Wow.
like
Tom, everybody knew you joined, but no one said anything to me.
well, you
That's because you
didn't
said
have
it
your
first, Doug.
you didn't have your
I'm just
You
kidding.
don't have your
Shit.
picture on.
Oh,
yeah, you don't have your picture on. We didn't
okay.
know who it was.
Well, let
Could be
me
any
just-
Doug.
It
Yeah.
could be any Doug.
There's
Now,
Doug. Hi, Doug.
now, hi.
Other Doug.
Hi, Doug. How are you?
Fine.
Doug, now you look like you're in a podcasting booth. I like it.
I am.
Fletcher, you think pinning this guy with your hammer would not be viable? He teleported in. A lot of demons that you've met have teleport at will, so you're thinking he would just teleport out from under it.
No, he can't. That's the whole point. The hammer does not allow teleport either. It's
Well, then he would take it with him.
no, he wouldn't. He couldn't teleport.
He might. You never know.
Well, then he calls your mom.
He calls you.
Let's
All
see
right.
this hammer.
Regardless, I've got my full attack action, so I'm going to take it.
Because of pounce? Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oops, wrong way. There we go.
Miss?
Okay, next one. Claw 1.
Hit. Now, this
Plus
is not...
3 magical, but not holy.
Okay. All right. Cool. Got it. Hit. Okay.
So that's all the damage. 38 plus.
I got it. I'm doing it as you're hitting it. So you guys see Fletcher just sort of like, how would you describe this, Fletcher? So you have the hammer in your hands. You come over with the hammer, and at the same time, he's like, it looks like these big ass Wolverine claws have come out of his hands, and he's just like, and he's got this bestial face on, and these weird kind of fangs coming out of his mouth, and I don't know. Is that how you would describe it, Dan?
Yeah, absolutely. It would be a blur.
Like a werewolf in London kind of thing?
Kinda, yeah. And he just lights into this guy. Is that it for you, Fletcher?
That's it for me.
All right, that's the end of the first round of combat. 9 left to go before the wall is down. Gatto, you're up.
Delay.
You're gonna what?
Delay.
You're gonna delay. Okay. Let me know when you want to come back into. Do you know now when you want to come back in?
Right before the creature.
Right before the creature. So right. Okay. So you're just basically trading turns with Ilindar. Okay, Ilindar, you're up.
I am going to cast a spell and then
Okay.
step up and touch 5-foot step, touch.
Written consent.
I've always got Gado's consent.
He has consent for this.
He respects his boundaries, and he knows it's okay.
Oh, I don't respect boundaries, but I still got his consent.
All right. So what spell are you casting on him?
Greater invisibility.
Greater invisibility. All right. Hold on. I got to find the thing. It's going to take me a second. I put it somewhere safe and, of course, lost it. So.
Is it secret?
Well, no. So there's a special icon that Don uses, which is really just crazy good designed. That literally he can move around, but you guys can't see. All right, Don, can you see it?
Yeah, go ahead and take me off.
All right, I'm gonna take you off. And he disappears, and I'm just gonna. There you go. Got it.
Yep.
Don, how long can you do that before you turn full golem? I wanna know.
So it's really cool. He can see it. I can see it. You guys can't see it. So which is pretty friggin' boss.
Is
All
he
right.
muttering "my precious" every time he comes back?
Yeah, all you can hear is "my precious" in the background.
All right. Gato the Gatonian. What are you up to?
Okay, I'm checking one thing out here.
You're lucky that was a 5-foot step, Illendar. You would have got
Yeah, I
smacked.
know. I did that on purpose.
I get you.
Storm's going to go now.
Oh,
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
forgot
Storm.
Storm. Actually, Storm probably should forfeit.
And actually, Storm was going to go first. But
okay.
I'm just saying that just so Storm still got the +2s.
Well, she still gets flanking from Fletcher,
Okay.
so that's still in place. But
So
she won't get
all
that
these-
feat.
All these are going to be at +2 then, or +3.
Okay.
+3 because of the prayer.
Okay. All right. 25 misses. 28. Let me check that. I think that's a miss. That is indeed a miss.
29.
What's that?
First one's a 29. You got to look at the brown part too.
You gotta look at the brown part. What are you
You
talking
got to
about?
add 3.
Okay. 20.
Look at
Oh,
the
you get
brown
+3. So you're like, okay. All right. So the first one is a hit. The second one is a miss. The third one, the 28 claw is a hit, and the rest are all misses.
Yep.
So the bite and 1 claw.
Hey, Les, it's not too late. All of
Uh-huh.
my attacks that hit did 1 more point of damage after I got off prayer.
Okay. So you
another
hit
3 points.
twice or 3 times?
3 times.
3 times. All right. I'll go ahead and do that right now. All right.
Yeah,
Storm.
add one to those 3 attacks, and make sure you get the holy points after each one.
I am.
Don't forget the artifact.
I already forgot it.
Okay. Hold on. I'm having trouble counting.
Welcome to my world.
5. Okay. There you go. All right, so a couple of hits. This thing's tough though, and it seems to be doing its best to fight. But it's starting to get a little, being surrounded by you guys. It's starting to have a problem. Gato, you're up.
Okay, I am going to make one attack at it. Let's see. It's only the first attack.
See if you confirm. Because that is a potential crit.
28.
You got anything else on there?
29 is what you need.
That include prayer?
That includes everything.
That includes everything. All right, that is an unconfirmed crit. So you do 3 points of damage.
3 points.
Plus 11 sneak.
for sneak.
And an added 4 for bleed. That's only on crits though, right?
No, this is for any time I do a sneak attack and hit him.
All right.
The standard caravan guard skills.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 14. Okay. So yeah, you get. It doesn't look like it does a ton of damage, but there is this blackish kind of like blood is sort of pouring out. And he kind of looks down. Is that it for you?
And I moved.
Okay. He
I did one
looks.
attack and then moved.
Okay, cool. You see, so here's something disconcerting. You see his eyes tracking you.
Okay.
Okay, his turn. And you, Dan, you said you did not let go of the thing?
The hammer, I did not know.
Okay.
I missed.
I'm doing my best to attract his attention, clanging my sword against shield.
He teleports over to here.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
And
Wait,
then
who's the rat? The rat's got him, right? He's
Call
Don't
li-
worry, you hear.
Call lightning comes down on Gatto. Boom! It moves over and goes there. I need a reflex save from you, Gatto.
At least that's your best one.
Yeah, I add 1 to this because of the prayer, so it's 17.
17. That is not enough.
I know.
And this is the lightning bolt hits you squarely. So the rest of you see this sort of lightning bolt just kind of come down in sort of a place where Gatto used to be. 18 points of electrical damage.
Well, not where Gatto used to be.
Well, he's still there.
Where do
but
we
yeah,
see
it's
the
like
where do we see
right
the lightning
next,
bolt come down?
right where you see that blue circle.
Like the cartoon skeletal outline as the lightning bolt hits.
I thought he moved.
I did.
So the lightning
But he
bolt
knew
doesn't
where
come
he
down.
was.
Oh, where? Wait. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. Hold on. Where are you? Oh, there you
I
are.
was wondering.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Is there
Hold
a
on.
spillover?
You see where I am?
Yeah. Now I do. I was looking at the wrong place. Yeah. So that's where the lightning bolt goes.
Okay.
And he's looking right at you. You have no doubt in your mind that he can see you. Lothar, you are up. All right, Eric, you got to take off?
Stay safe.
All right, bud. I'll check you later.
Yeah. Good night, bud.
Thanks for hanging.
Everyone, take care. Love you all. Take care.
See you, mate. All right. Lothar, you're up.
Blessing of Fervor.
Blessing of Fervor. Okay. That's good. Everybody in the circle gets it. I guess that's everybody, too. So
Yeah, that's
What do we get again?
Blessing of Fervor.
You have a choice. You can increase your speed by 30 feet. You can stand up as a swift action without provoking an attack of opportunity. You can make 1 extra attack as part of a full attack action using your highest base attack bonus. You can gain a +2 bonus on attack and a +2 dodge bonus to AC and reflex. Or you can cast a single spell of 2nd level or lower as if it were enlarged, extended, silent, or still.
Very cool. Very cool.
So you get your choice of one of those 5.
Is that a race ability or what is that? Is that
A spell.
It's a spell.
spell.
Yeah.
Really, Jen? That's a spell that.
That's the one you
That's
used to
what I
cast all the time.
Yeah, that was your priest's bread and butter in the original A
Dude.
team.
It's just not showing up in spells. Give a gal a break. Her husband.
There it is.
Out of room. All
You don't
right.
do all spells. You're probably on commonly used spells. You want
I am.
Yeah.
All right. Lothar, you going to move it all
I'm
after
just
casting that spell?
I'm going to take a 5-foot step to here. And I'm going to have Siggy move to here.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Farina, that guy is right in that doorway.
What's it going to take for Otto to get around him?
It's going to take a hell of an acrobatics roll.
What,
Yeah, that or
be
that or an
specific.
attack of opportunity.
And he's probably, yeah, if he even moves, I mean, this guy has reach 15.
Is it within the realm of possibility that he could roll in acrobatics?
Have to beat his CMD, but
Yeah.
it'll be a tough roll. But
It's possible. I mean, I guess it's possible.
Shoot between the legs.
What was that?
You can shoot between his legs like a cow's cat.
Okay, so the goal is I want to get Otto right outside of this circle of crazy.
Well, he's got to go around the rocks.
I think.
So it's not a straight
Yeah,
shot to 30.
He's got 40, so
Okay.
he should be able to do that.
Okay, he can get through there, but he will provoke, and he does have to roll that acrobatics check to get through. Otherwise, he's going to stop right in front of him.
24?
That's the acrobatics roll?
Yep.
Not even he tries to run through there, and the guy just puts his legs together, and Otto gets stuck right there. And now here's the provoke as he comes forward.
Poor cutie.
31 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
So Otto is going to take 14 points of damage as one of this creature's claws just comes down and just gouges him.
On the plus side, he's used his attack of opportunity this round.
Now, he gets a double move. Does that mean he gets to try again? Or does he?
He can.
Not really.
I mean, I guess he could try again if he wants to.
But then he wouldn't be flanking because he wouldn't be challenging the brute, right? Because he wouldn't be.
Yeah, he's not flanking right now.
He is
He's not flanking now either.
But if
Yeah.
he got to the other side of him, he couldn't attack or anything anyway.
He couldn't attack this round, no.
But would he be considered flanking? Is what I'm asking.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a foe on the other side of him. Yeah.
Okay, so can I try again then for his other part of his move? Possibly another, or
sure, yeah, go ahead.
Or should I have just doubled it up?
No.
Yeah, didn't make it.
Does Otto have
You stay right there.
Okay.
He's not. Yeah, and you have to stay there now too.
Yes.
Say
Yeah.
14? 14?
Yeah, 14.
Is this the same lightning that was on Storm, or is there an additional one now?
No, it moved over you. It goes on. It continues to go on. It's like a recurring spell.
Right.
As the paladin of the group, I'm very insulted that this demon would target that member of the party. I expect to be targeted by all demons.
All right. Well, Farina,
Remember
you
that there's
still.
lightning striking there. So
It's your turn. You did not fumble that last time, so you're okay if you want to try and shoot and protect Otto.
I was just changing my multiply my add. You ready? 1 miss.
Oh yeah, 27 is a miss.
I have to roll like 15 and above to hit this guy.
Another miss.
And not on the second roll either.
Did you do your blessing of fervor? Did you choose it already?
I got my +2 on there.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. 2 arrows misses. One of them goes back in the back. The other one bounces off one of those crystals. This is a very weird place to be shooting arrows. Not very collegial for archery. Flash Heart. The guy just disappeared from in front of you.
there's enough commotion. You know where he is.
See, so with blessing of fervor, one of the things I can do is take an additional move. You said 30% additional move. Is that
Yeah,
what I
with
heard?
Blessing of Fervor, you can increase your speed by 30 feet.
Yeah.
So if your
30
speed
feet,
was
okay,
already
so-
30.
But you can't move 30 feet and then get your full attack, though.
So here's wait. Here's the problem. You can't stop there.
Why?
Because there's somebody already there.
Something there.
Oh.
So yeah, here's the problem. You've got Otto right in front of him. You've got somebody in the corridor. There are no open squares for you to inhabit, unless you want to squeeze. You could probably go into this one, but you'd be under squeeze rules. Means like there's stuff in there. You can't get close enough to this guy to hit.
Yeah,
the other
when you
side
get
of that
to this
coin
square,
is
you start to stumble into something.
he has reach. So while he's already used his attack of opportunity for this round, next round he's ready to. I mean, if you stop that far away, you can't hit him, but he can hit you.
So honestly, I don't need to fight him. I just need to protect Bardos, right?
Well, yeah, theoretically, Bardos needs a full minute. That's 10 rounds.
Right.
We're going to stop tonight at the end of round 2, which is after you're done, and then Fletcher, and then we're gonna stop.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pivot and basically have my back to Bardos to make sure nothing can get to him.
Okay.
Do my
All right.
best.
Gotcha. All right. And that's it for you?
That's it for me.
All right, Fletcher, you're up.
Be a little space, Flash Heart. He's got a good reach, so.
Same problem applies to you, Fletcher. You're not sure that you can. You don't have reach when you're doing your beast totem thing, right?
Well, I can't do it anyway because that's charge related, and I can't.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah. So here's the thing. Yeah, you don't think you can get close enough to hit him. I mean, theoretically you could, but there's somebody in the way.
You think you do, but
if I switch to the glaive and go to this square, I should be able to hit him, right?
What's the reach on the glaive? 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Well, yeah, theoretically.
But if he fumbles, does he hit Mub? Or
He might.
hit Gato
Mub.
and Mub.
It's
Sorry.
Mub.
Mub.
Sorry.
Mub?
Slip of the tongue. We're in the
Whoa,
hellscape.
what campaign is this? I thought Caltra killed Mub.
Here's the
No, he
problem.
did not.
Here's the
I
problem,
know.
Fletcher. If you to switch weapons, it's going to take. You can use as part of a. Oh, you could do it as part of a move action. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
part of the move action.
No, but you'll get just a single attack though.
Correct. Which I was only going to get anyway because I couldn't charge.
Right.
So I will move there and swing with the glaive.
Okay.
I dodged.
Miss. 28 is a miss.
Now that's all I can do.
And you feel something in front of you. The stick breaks over some sort of invisible outline creature that's in front
No,
of
it doesn't.
you. Okay, that's it for you. All right, that is the end of round 2. 8 more rounds you have to keep Bardos safe. But we're almost quarter after now, so we're going to go ahead and stop there. This was awesome. Thanks for gaming tonight, guys.
It's fun to
Thanks,
sit
Wes.
in.
It was fun.
You
Yeah,
guys take
thanks
care
for
of
that.
yourself.
This may be our
It
personal
was fun to have
record
a
for
peanut
viewers
gallery.
tonight. We had Eric, we had Tom, we had Doug, we had other Tom. 4 viewers tonight. This is starting. I think
Lots of Toms.
lots of
Yeah.
Toms checking it out. Anyway, thanks you guys.
All the
This was
time.
awesome.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Night,
Be
guys.
So-
Safe. Good night, everybody.
Be careful.
Let's stop sharing.
Oh, wait, I forgot to hit my Zoom here.
Okay.
Turn the water.
Hold on, I got to turn off. I got to stop the recording.